Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 190. On today's episode, we're going to get into the news and the whole slate of games week 14, including a monster game by Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, MVP favorite from now on, or are we still going to avoid it? Here we go. Let's do it.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey. My brother's name is Angel.
Yeah.
And we're hosting this podcast together today. How you doing, Angel?
Good.
190 episodes.
It's a lot of episodes. Congrats to us. We've done most of them. And congrats to the team here for joining us on most of the episodes.
I thought that was real alienating to our...
I give us credit and they give them credit.
I like it. Over at Producers Ask, double barrel action. Different flavors. Is that how I say it?
Different flavors, same sauce.
Registered Packer owner, Gabe Tovar, and the greatest on-ball defender in pickup ball history, Thorogood. How you boys doing?
Chilling.
Do you remember that on-ball defender thing, why that came to be? Remember in college, we had an intramural team, and me and Terrell were the six men. Like either one game, it was me coming in or him coming in, and it would change.
No.
We were on the same intramural team?
Yes.
Angel, you're confusing black men.
No, I'm not.
That was
my God,
G.
it was
That was G.
I'm so sorry,
That
Terrell.
was another
2013. I do remember that.
I was going to say, Terrell's not coming off no bench.
Yeah,
You know Patrick Beverly over there.
certified starter.
I was like
Certified lover boy.
I was Josh Hart.
Black.
I was like Josh Hart minus the shooting. It's rebounded really well. Saying,
Yeah. I mean, we started talking about Terrell's defense. All of a sudden, we're talking about Angels rebounding. So.
listen,
And I was there.
yeah,
Episode 190 for Monday, December 9th. It's beginning to look a lot.
it is.
Like Christmas.
Okay, look, I like how SoCal gets cold nowadays. I know the planet's getting warmer, I guess, and stuff's happening like that.
Warmer.
But LA's getting a lot colder. I'm for it.
That was cold. It's
I like
cold.
On this episode, we're going to get to the news and Week 14 recap, like we said. A lot to get into, a huge slate of games. Even though Terrell walked into the studio today and just said, not a great week of games, huh, boys? It was a fantastic week of games. Just the Broncos weren't playing.
It
Broncos
was
aren't
kinda,
playing.
honestly, it was like a nice relief. Like I remember like watching the 10-inning games. Like, man, I don't have to worry about anything right now.
We can't lose today.
Yeah, we can't lose. We can't lose. Bo Nix is healthy. Everything's good.
We'll keep you updated right now. I'm seeing 2 minutes, 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Chiefs have the ball down 1 to the Chargers.
Any chance they lose this game?
Yeah, pretty sure they're going to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt.
Watch them lose. Then now people listen to this podcast.
Gabe, interrupt me if anything happens, yeah?
Yep.
All right, if you're watching here on YouTube, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
Subscribe, turn on those notifications.
That was an aggressive hello.
Let's explain it. Let's explain it. Okay.
Angel's throat has been ravaged.
Let's
Yikes.
not.
Whoa. We definitely got to give a disclaimer.
Wait.
Let it snow.
Sorry, say it your way.
Okay. I was sick, and my voice hasn't come back yet. So I'm talking at lower volume. So usually I say like, hi, but I can't do it. So hi.
Can you just try it? Just
Hi.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
legitimate
Okay, yeah.
hi.
Don't do that.
Hi.
Anyway, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and like we were saying, during this Christmas season, all we want is for you to share this channel with one person who loves football. Honestly, just even a casual fan would work for me.
Yeah.
But share the channel. We'd really appreciate it. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, thanks for joining the audio version of the podcast.
Audio.
Like, subscribe, notifications, leave a review if it's positive. If it's not, just keep moving. Right?
Keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
No need for negativity around the holidays.
We don't need it right now.
Don't need it, don't want it. Brought to you, of course, by the Fans First Sports Network. And then follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok. Search at Bench Show to follow the show, between the show, and all those different social media platforms. And check out benchshow.com, home of the Bench Beat, articles on fandom, fantasy, and all things NFL.
NFL.
All right, boys, it's the end of the year, right? And so what do we get every year for the last, couple of years now? How long has Spotify been doing that?
Oh, Spotify Rap.
Oh, the rap.
The Wrapped. So mine is completely messed up because of my girls.
Yeah.
So mine's all Frozen and Cars
Disney.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
But top artists, I'm actually interested to see what your top artists are.
Yeah, mine. Morgan Wallen, number 1.
Isn't he a racist?
No.
Or
Everyone,
he just says the N-word.
everyone makes a mistake.
Sorry, Terrell.
Morgan Wallen, Bruno Mars, Usher, Chris
Bruno.
Brown, and Drake.
Nice.
Drake's kind of tough now to talk about, but it was Drake last year.
Gabe, I have no idea. I mean, Gabe, first of all, shout out at
Here we go.
Way Back Grooves.
There it
Damn.
is.
Let's go, baby.
Finally.
Check out Gabe's Instagram channel at Way Back
long
Grooves
enough.
if you love some old sexy music.
Yeah.
And if you
you
want
know-
Gabe's sweet, sultry voice talking you through a lovely night with your significant other.
With your old lady.
Gabe, what are your top 5 artists on Spotify?
So I don't have Spotify. I have Apple, which I know. I know. Let me hear it. It's fine.
God, you're so
I hear
old.
it. And like
Do they do anything for
They
this?
give you like a slideshow. I'm not even joking. It's like a slideshow.
That's embarrassing.
And there's like no graphics, no nothing. It's just here's your artist. Here's how many minutes you spent. This and that. So I was like, oh,
It's just data.
yeah. It's literally just information. It's just statistics.
You
they
know
give
what
at the
we
end of the
got
year.
on
So
Spotify?
who's your number one artist?
Sorry.
Actually those switches here. I had Anderson .Paak as my number one artist this year.
Pack.
I think it's because the No Worry albums dropped, and I didn't stop playing that for like.
You were a
4
big
straight
fan
months.
of that album.
Yeah, so that album kind of dominated my year.
Terrell. Let's all guess Terrell's. I feel like this could get real
No,
racist.
he's gonna have some white girl on there. I know
Oh.
Not a girl, but guy.
Who?
Oh.
Who's your number one?
it. That identifies as a girl.
You don't know that.
Number
Don't assume genders. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving.
number one was Jeremy Zucker.
Who the hell is
I know James Zucker.
Jeremy Zucker?
Yeah,
Who is
Jeremy
that?
Zucker.
Solid.
More
I know.
indie guy.
Yeah. The girls
Yeah,
would
it was-
love Jeremy Zucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, he's
Interesting.
number one.
Number
I didn't
one,
think
huh?
that would be. I thought you were more of like let's see.
Shabuzi snuck in there.
Of
later
course,
on.
you like Shabuzi.
Does he have a second song?
Yeah.
or does the whole album just? But no,
That's a serious question for me. Like, does he have another?
No,
Oh,
Last of My Kind is.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
the African American country singer.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to describe him as that. You can say country singer who happens to be happening.
There's a lot more of those
That's
now,
not how I
right?
describe him. That's how
Well,
they describe him.
Kane Brown now. He's joined.
Well, Beyonce.
Well,
She has a
Beyonce.
record-
That's
record-
how that's how that's how
record
they
of
do
the
it.
year.
That's ridiculous.
Speaking of Beyonce, her husband a little bit in hot water. I don't know if you guys saw that.
What happened to Jay-Z?
He's accused of raping a 15-year-old with P. Diddy
He definitely did it.
in 2001 or 3 or something like that.
Who? What?
That literally just broke like maybe
Yeah.
two hours ago.
Where did it break?
It's on Twitter right now.
It's literally everywhere. It's
broke on
it's
Twitter.
being reported by the news and
Dang.
everything. Yeah.
Yikes.
So Beyonce, hope you fall well with him.
My top 5 artists: Christoph Beck, who wrote most of the soundtrack for Frozen; Mandy Moore, who sang most of the soundtrack for Frozen;
no, for Tangled.
Tangled;
Yeah.
Teddy Swims;
Okay.
Teddy Swims is nice.
Teddy
Alan
Swims.
Stone. Those are probably my 2 boys this year.
Yeah.
Teddy Swims, Alan
Some
Stone.
white boys with some soul to them.
And then Idina Menzel, of course, from Frozen as well.
Yeah.
So,
So yours really is influenced by your children.
yes, it is. Okay, but all that to say, in the last 10 years, 8 artists, sorry, let me say it again. In the last 10 years, 3 artists have won 8 of the years, have dominated the last decade.
Oh.
Who are those artists?
Drake.
Drake is one of them.
Drake's
Yeah.
dominated,
Drake,
yeah, for sure.
2010s. Yeah, really good.
I would say Kendrick
Kendrick.
Lamar. Kendrick Lamar definitely took.
Kendrick Lamar has not,
No.
and oh, sorry, I should tell you what this is. The number 1 artist every year.
Oh, Artist of the Year.
Artist of the year for
Taylor
every year.
Swift, right?
3 artists have won 8 of the last 10 spots.
I know Drake is.
Am I saying
everyone.
that weird?
3 artists have won
Artist of the Year.
top 10.
So
Say it again.
of the last 10
Over the
years,
last 10 years,
3
of them
artists
have won it
have
every
won it 8
8
times.
8 times.
Yeah.
Oh.
Drake is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So Drake's one of them. He's won it 3 times
I would say
Guaranteed.
Adele.
in 2015, 2016, and 2018.
Attaboy Drake.
Adele.
Adele has not won it.
Billie
last
Eilish
10
on
years.
their list.
Taylor
Billie Eilish-
Swift.
Taylor Swift has
Taylor
won the
Swift.
last 2 years.
Ariana Grande or Olivia Rodrigo.
Nope.
Damn.
Didn't- what's
Who's that
her
leave?
name?
Think Global.
Anita.
Oh. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny won it
Oh,
from
God.
2020 to 2022.
Yeah, he had a moment where he was everywhere.
2 artists, 2 men, I'll give you that, have filled in the other 2 spots here.
Do they speak English?
One of them is from London town, and the other one has tattoos all over his face.
Oh, Posty.
Posty in 2019, and then Ed Sheeran.
Attaboy Posty.
He's
Ed
from
Sheeran
London?
was hot, huh?
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's why he's not all jacked up, because he keeps his personal life in London town.
Yeah, he takes some tea and goes to bed.
He had
That's what they do, right?
he had
what
nice
they do.
teeth, so I didn't think of it. I didn't.
Really? All of London drinks tea and goes to bed at an appropriate time.
That's exactly what happens there. I know it. What
All
else
right.
could happen?
Let's get to the news. All right, the news is brought to you by HUEGA House Hats. Use our code BENCH, that's BNCHD. HUEGA House. HUEGA? Am I saying that right? HUEGA House Hats, and get 15, that's 15% off.
Yeah.
A great option for the dude in your life for the Christmas time. Or honestly, if you play What's that thing where you take each other's gifts?
White
White
If you play White Elephant, a HUEGA house hat is nice.
If we're playing White Elephant with our family and I see the Aaron Rodgers HUEGA hat,
Oh, yeah.
that's gonna be like, I want that one. That's like always sold out on the website. You know?
So go check that out. You'll also be supporting the show.
Yep.
Let's get into the news here. Saints quarterback Derek Carr is feared to have suffered a fracture in his left non-throwing hand, per Tom Pelissero. Another frustrating injury for Carr and New Orleans.
Okay, real quick. This is not
hold
funny.
on. Quick update for you guys.
Yeah.
Chiefs just walked it off right now, and pretty scary. It actually hit the upright and just happened to bounce in on the
Boinkers.
Of course.
That's how the
So
They just
Chiefs
keep,
have won though.
They keep getting a new square in the bingo card every week.
Yep, they got it.
Like, let's bank in a game-winning field goal.
And it wasn't like some little hit. The ball literally went the other way.
So did the Chargers ever get the ball back?
No, they never got the ball back.
They had a 5-minute drive to end.
They
how
just
it
ran
works.
that clock all the way down. They got down to like the 10-yard line or something like that. So
We'll
it was
get
a chip shot.
into
Yeah,
playoff implications
Thank
of
you.
that later.
Thank you.
Yep.
Derek Carr, broken hand or arm, whatever.
Real quick,
He looked great doing it.
look at his hand. He meant to break that hand. It is so flat. It is so flat towards the ground. Look at it.
He wanted out.
If you're not on podcast, sorry.
He wanted
YouTube.
out.
Yeah, look at that. He wanted to break that hand. He's done with it.
I mean,
We're done with it too, Derek.
the Saints have already screwed up their draft. They won 5 games. They're
Why are you winning?
They're gonna get a nice 10 or 11 pick,
Yeah, take a nice corner.
and Derek Carr's gonna be back. The Saints I don't understand what their plan is.
Are they mob ran? Like they can't be good and they can't be bad,
I don't know.
and all this money is like in the ether, like they owe people.
I don't know what's going on, but I know that Derek Carr.
Oh, you really took the Hollywood
Yeah.
approach to this.
Yeah.
It's starting to. It's the weirdest team in football.
I mean, Derek Carr could not stay healthy this year, right? Multiple stints
Yep.
on the IR. You'd imagine he's going to IR here. He's not going to play with a broken hand
So it's gonna
in
be-
a 5-win season.
It'll be Hayner, right?
Be Jake Hayner, who looks absolutely awful.
But not worse than what's his name because they both look awful.
Spencer
Rattler.
Rattler, yeah.
They both look pretty bad.
God.
They're in a bad spot. But they're gonna. I suppose you keep Derek Carr and draft the best quarterback.
Well, financially, you need Derek Carr's going to be your roster at least one more year.
Yeah. God, what a. Sorry, Saints fans. Back to the 8s, huh?
Yep. At least you'll get another shot at a top 5 pick next year too. Keep moving. The Raiders fear Aiden O'Connell suffered a season-ending knee injury against Tampa Bay, undergoing additional tests to confirm the severity. Tough year gets tougher for the Raiders. So Aiden O'Connell goes down after Gardner Minshew's already on IR. Another team let's just go ahead and mail it in. Any vets they should be resting?
No, they don't have vets on their team.
They don't,
I
right?
mean, Jacoby Myers would be a vet.
Crosby, I
Max.
guess.
Yeah, Max.
Oh yeah, Max. Yeah, but he does not seem like the guy who would rest.
Yeah, but so maybe just work on a rotation type thing.
Did you see what happened this week in the meet? Like, so he told some reporter that he's pretty tired of the inconsistent, winning, losing, and then Antonio Pierce went at him through the media as he usually does. Telling you, Antonio Pierce, he needs to get fired because he's gonna mess up that relationship. We're gonna lose Max Crosby.
Yeah, that's not ideal. I mean, Aiden O'Connell, he's not gonna get a chance to be the starter again, right?
He'll be on the roster next year though. He's okay.
Done.
He's a backup, right?
Yeah.
He's a backup.
Desmond Ritter time, right?
Desmond,
God, that means you're about to lose a lot of games.
start your. Well, I don't know. That kind of messes things up for fantasy because when the other team can't score, the team that they're facing loses the
Yeah.
urgency to score as well, and just no.
And
one
if your guy
scores.
doesn't score in the first 21 points, he's not gonna score at all because they're gonna take out all the starters. But they're officially in Shador Sanders.
they're gonna get Shador.
They were caught. What's his name? The owner was
Mark Davis.
They're at a basketball game together, and he just kind of told him like, "Hey, it might happen."
They're gonna get Shador, and they're gonna get Dion.
That's gonna be sweet.
Yikes.
I love that just for the storyline.
Right?
It's cool. Yeah.
In Las Vegas,
Like it's cool.
Tom Brady. You're gonna have Tom Brady up in the box, right? You're gonna have Dion on the sideline,
Mhm.
and Shador Sanders as the rookie quarterback.
I'm all for it. That's great. That sounds fun. The Bears need some energy, some life to that franchise.
That'd be fun. I'd
Yeah.
watch.
And I'm a Coach Dion fan.
Yeah.
Like he's a good coach.
He seems like he's a great
He's kind of old school, to be honest. You ever seen
he's
those
a total
videos?
CEO too. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
get involved in any of the play calling. I'm sure he's involved in the in game plan creating, but I think he knows the importance of delegation.
Troy, how would you rank the AFC West head coaches if
Dion's there,
Dion is the Raiders head coach?
Oh, if Dion's there, I mean that's a stacked.
It's stacked. It's stacked.
Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, and Deion Sanders. I mean,
that's the most stacked of all time.
Yeah, but again, he can't really recruit like he does in college football. It's a whole.
Can't you?
I mean,
No, you can't.
say you're
you really
No, you really can't.
You really can't. I mean,
It's against the rules.
I mean, Nick Saban was a great recruiter in college, but not in
free
the NFL.
agency.
yeah. Who's like the best free agent this offseason? Like
T. Higgins.
Okay, we'll
Like
say
you
that.
get T. Higgins there.
Say T. Higgins walks in and Deion Sanders sitting there with Tom Brady and
Yeah.
telling, hey,
Hey T, we're gonna build this offense around.
here's a shitload of money. I'm Tom Brady. This is Deion Sanders.
By the way, we're in Vegas.
We're in Las
we're in
Vegas.
Vegas.
We're going to have a rookie quarterback who throws the ball 12
What's
times.
the tax situation like in Vegas? Is it brutal?
There's no sales tax.
There's no sense, yeah.
I mean, not sales tax, income tax. what
It's
am I
a
talking about?
very attractive place to
I'm telling
to
you,
go
that's
play.
a pretty good spot. That's a
Aiden O'Connor really screwed the pooch here.
yeah, Aiden. Sorry.
Get well soon, bud.
Get well soon. Like, heal your whatever the fuck you broke. What did he break? His knee.
All right, broke his knee.
Shout out to Aiden.
The Lions are holding out hope that Aiden Hutchinson could return as soon as the NFC Championship game. Should Detroit make it that far, per Jay Glazer, Hutchinson has been doing underwater running as part of his rehab, showing promising progress toward recovery. Do you guys call BS or no on Aiden Hutchinson returning in the playoffs?
Has this ever worked? Guys coming back in the playoffs and being like the same. I remember what
I don't
the
T.O.
Cam
T.O.
Akers.
T.O. did it in the
couple
Super Bowl.
years ago- Oh, T.O. did it, yeah.
With a broken leg.
I think
Yeah.
4 or 5 weeks after he broke his leg, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
they
Cam
don't make
Akers
him
more
like that anymore.
recently. Cam Akers came back from Achilles the same year, right? Or close to the same year.
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't
Yeah.
great, but he played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Does this impact your view of the Lions?
It for sure would.
Yeah.
If they get, if you get him back in the playoffs, yeah. I mean, they've been fine without him. So now they've gotten, like, everyone else has kind of risen to another level without him. Maybe insert him back in, and it's just that much stronger. But like you said, there's usually a ramp up period for these guys. Like, if you're coming back in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles, like, what good is that?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Marlotta's gonna.
You just insist on this Eagles Lions.
It's a collision,
Rivalry.
It's a collision course.
It's collision course.
It's
it is.
ordained.
But this would shift a lot of focus here.
Guys, BS or no? Aiden Hutchinson back in the playoffs.
I think he comes back. You were there a year ago. You're one game away from the Super Bowl. I mean, if you can play, you're gonna play. Even if he's gonna be a decoy out there, you gotta have the guy out there on the field.
Yeah. Gabe, BS.
I mean, maybe that, but I mean, you're going to rush him back, even if you give him some, you give him some reps. Joe was just saying right now that they figured out a way to do it without him up to this point, so you don't have to throw him into that starting role. Just put him in the rep room, But even then, it's like if he gets hurt again or something like that, now you're talking going into next season. It's not worth it. Your team is already good without. I get it, yeah, you're good with them, but you're also very good without them. So why risk it?
It's weird.
Yeah. No risk it, no biscuit.
Yeah.
Although you
like-
might get the biscuit without him.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what's crazy?
still a
I mean, they're the Detroit Lions. I mean,
Yeah.
Dan Campbell might have that guy running the out route in the red zone just so he can score a touchdown.
Yeah. We won't talk about that right now, but we will eventually. The Lions. I want to talk to Terrell about that. I haven't got his opinion on the coaching style of Dan Campbell.
yeah,
Let's keep moving, though. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan, on speculation that another team should trade for him this offseason, shut it down, said, I don't want to be any place in the world more than here. Kyle Shanahan getting traded to another team. Coaches have been traded for before, right?
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. Didn't John Gruden? Wasn't he traded from the Raiders to the Bucs?
Technically,
Yeah.
he was traded, yeah.
And then he beat the Bucs in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that enough.
That's cool.
That's all time.
Because Gruden
revenge.
is like a real racist.
Like Judy.
Gruden has crazy emails.
we didn't know at the time.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Back then, it was okay.
It's not okay.
Incognito was. Anyway,
He didn't know that it was CC to every person in the organization.
but that's an all-time revenge game. A little less
Yeah.
than what Judy did to the Broncos. But
Yeah, we won't
back
talk
to
about
Kyle Shanahan getting traded to another team, just for fun.
Oh my God.
There's only one team he needs to go to.
The Jaguars.
Two.
The Jaguars.
No.
Well,
He'd be great on the Jaguars.
I think I know where you're going.
Where? You go, Charles.
Go ahead.
There's only one or two. There's two places he can go: Cincinnati, Chicago.
Ooh, I would say Chicago. But
Chicago would be
Cincinnati's great.
nice.
Put him in Cincinnati, and they're winning the Super Bowl. He's never had a quarterback as talented as Joe Burrow ever. Joe Burrow with Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, but you think Joe Burrow's going to want to do everything Shanahan wants to do?
I think they both.
It's not what he's doing now is not working. And they always start the season
And they
off,
have a great offense.
but they start off losing games at the beginning of the
Do you
season.
think Zach Taylor's going to get fired?
I think he's might be.
It's too much of a pattern. You're
I think
starting in a hole every
I
year.
think he might be a scapegoat. If you don't like it, I think he might be a scapegoat for a bad season.
Yeah.
But
I think Amarillo is going to go, the defense coordinator.
he sucks. Lou.
Yeah, the defense is terrible.
Oh, Louis boy. Yeah, he's about to be the DC for like
That's an
Boston
interesting
College.
spot though. I mean, I like the Jags. Where did Papa coach at besides the Broncos?
Washington.
Washington.
Send him back to Washington. Oh, that's where he started.
He's not gonna.
He's not going to Washington.
Dan
They're in
Quinn.
too good of a shape.
Dan Quinn.
Dan
good
Quinn
shape.
needs to be buying whole cars and whole houses for Jaden Daniels because that man is not a head coach. Is Cliff going to leave?
Cliff will be the head coach for the Bears next year.
You think Cliff's going to leave?
The connection's so solid. He'll go back with Caleb
He'd
Williams.
be so silly to leave.
Man.
He'll go back with Caleb Williams. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And I would love it. I would love it.
What say you're the GM for the Jaguars? What would you give up for Kyle Shanahan draft picks wise? Because I think the Broncos give up a first round pick, and I forgot what we give up for Sean Payton. Was that first round pick?
We
Right?
give him a first round pick for him.
Yeah. It was.
I'd give up
I'd give a lot.
either Trayvon Walker or Josh Allen plus your second round pick, which is going to be 2.1 or 2.2.
You think he wants to go to a rebuild?
Well, if you trade, it's not your choice, right?
No, and also I gave him the Jaguars. Like,
Jaguars are they're a quick rebuild.
Okay,
though. You
Cincinnati.
got a quarterback, you got a running game,
You just gotta fix
you
it.
got receivers.
Does it change with Cincinnati, like the price? If you're the Bengals,
There's no way Cincinnati does. That's not a Cincinnati
Yeah,
thing.
Cincinnati doesn't
but
do anything aggressive
they're so.
or that costs money.
I hate that they're like that because they have such a good roster right now on paper, and they just don't want to pay anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, no, the Dolphins went and got McDaniel because they tried to do that with Sean Payton, right?
Yeah, it was.
They tried to get Sean Payton.
And then
Sean Payton and Tom
they try to
Brady.
get Brady. They yeah.
I think Chicago only because of the quarterback. Like they're not going to keep all those
Chicago
weapons.
would make sense.
Those weapons are going to go.
What if he went to the Raiders? If the
I was
whole
thinking about
Deion
the
thing
Raiders,
doesn't work.
and I think that'd be a great fit. Honestly, the Cowboys.
Oh, and everyone would hate to see
Jared's
that.
not going to do that.
Man, the Niners would hate if they couldn't trade him to the Cowboys.
I was gonna say they wouldn't do it in the first place.
It would probably be an AFC team because he's a good. He's
The Raiders. The Raiders are the Bengals.
Giants.
Yeah, he hasn't won a title, but he's a good head coach.
Would you give a first round pick if it was in the first 15 picks?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
not to turn us over to the Broncos, but he'll reset the culture like Sean Payton did for the Denver. He'll reset wherever he goes to a winning culture.
If you're the GM with the curly mustache for the the owner for the Jags,
What's his name?
Shad Khan.
Rashad
Yeah,
Khan. I'm gonna say
yeah.
Hall. Yeah.
if you're sitting there with
Rashad
the
Khan.
second with the
Rashad Khan. Never mind. I don't know.
Rashad Khan
He
is
lives.
good.
He lives in Jacksonville. He's just a resident in Jacksonville.
I don't think so.
Shad Khan.
I
is
feel like
his
he
name.
has some.
Shad Khan sounds like a
offshore
James
account.
Bond villain.
Okay, but you're sitting there. You're whatever his name is.
Sean Khan.
with
Shad
the
Shad.
thank you guys
Sean.
with the second
go.
overall pick. You're sitting there with 1.2, and Niners call you up like, hey, straight up right now, we'll send Shanahan over there. He in all his hats, his cool flat bill hats.
He's a cool guy.
And you send us back that number 2 pick. We're going to take Ward. You got Shanahan. You already got Lawrence. You don't need a quarterback.
But they're not going to trade. The coach has to sign off on that. Like the Sean Payton.
You think you
Sean
want to go to
Payton-
Jacksonville?
No.
We got against Jacksonville.
Why wouldn't he want to leave San Francisco?
No,
No, I'm saying if it's not up to him
Yeah,
though.
yeah. What if like
But it
writing's on
is.
the
I
board?
mean,
Like we're gonna let
Gosh,
you.
Charles, you
choose?
make everything so much harder. It doesn't have to be this hard.
I want him to go to Cincinnati. That's where that's the team that's the team he should go to. But
Yeah.
he's not going to go to a horrible organization.
Well, since
he's going to go from winner to winner.
No, but Joey's point is that Jacksonville, they're not horrible. They have the pieces there. You just need the right coach.
They're
in there.
awful.
With the right, okay,
If you said Doug Peterson to Jacksonville, but Doug Peterson after Urban Meyer, that's great. You have a Super Bowl winning coach.
I said this the other day, and
Super Bowl winning
I got
coach.
so many looks from you.
Come on.
Wait, what are you saying right now?
I'm saying, go look at that Jacksonville team with Urban Meyer. They were hot garbage.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson comes in, who's a Super Bowl winning coach with Nick Foles as a quarterback,
And it got better.
and they got better, and now they suck. So
it didn't
they're
last.
horrible.
Yeah.
They're worse than they're not like a
Have
one.
the Jags
I think
fired Doug Pearson yet? He's still the job.
Yeah. Why are they still doing that to that
Poor guy. Comes in every day, just ready to work.
He'll be an offensive consultant next year.
Yeah.
guys, I need to know what's gonna happen.
My kid's gonna go to school next year.
I don't know if I'm enrolling them in the school next year.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But wow.
It's just interesting that this.
I know you hate the Jaguars.
It's interesting that this is on the table though. That there's rumors that Kyle Shanahan could be traded because like it's been 7 years and no championship. People get tired of it. Man, this might just have Andy Reid. In
I mean,
Philadelphia.
you're a big proponent of get a new voice in there. whether it's going bad or not. Sometimes, just when it's time, when it's stale, let's go ahead and plow the fields. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't. This scenario I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want Purdy without Shanahan.
So next question: why are you ready to run Zach Taylor out of town when he's enjoyed the same kind of success?
Because Joe Burrow is way better than Brock Purdy. I trust
Shanahan?
Burrow with any head coach, but you put Kyle Shanahan, a guy who's been a good head coach, and no quarterback who had the talent of Joe Burrow.
Do you think Shanahan's a better offensive coordinator than Zach Taylor?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So not according to numbers though. That's more like you like his hats or something.
I mean, he's been in three NFC Championship games. Zach Taylor's been in one AFC Championship game. They both.
But like the offense has always been really, really good, right?
Do you think that they're the same tier head coach?
I think they're. I don't think if it is an improvement, it's a marginal improvement.
Oh, wow.
I think it's just a different type of offense.
So you really like Zach Taylor? I'm learning this.
I just don't. I mean, what has Shanahan done that's so much better than Taylor?
And there's never been a lull, if you think about it, with Joe Burrow and them. It's not that offense has ever really struggled outside of Burrow being
the
hurt.
first couple weeks they struggled, but yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, do you have a great record against the Chiefs? But I view Shanahan better than.
But we have talked about too that maybe there's just needing something new there. So maybe
They should just swap coaches.
a new offense.
They both need new voices in the clubhouse.
And they're both kind of good at it.
So it sounds like we all land on the Bengals then.
All right, we settled that.
The Bengals.
Kyle Shanahan, the
They're just
Bengals.
gonna switch.
You heard it here first.
Right.
Breaking
You're
news.
welcome.
Per
He
sources.
hates the Jaguars.
All right, T hates Jaguars. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna do recap Week 14, full slate of games. Be right back. Bye. This segment is brought to you by Dad Gang Hats. Dad Gang makes the highest quality hats in the apparel industry because they use premium materials, pay close attention to detail, and prioritize durability and comfort. With so many styles, colors, and designs, they absolutely have the right hat for you and the dad in your life. Use code BENCHED76826. That's BENCHD 76826 for 15% off your first purchase. Shop Dad Gang Hats. Quality hats for quality dads. All right, Week 14 just about in the books. One game to go on Monday Night Football. I'm blanking on who's playing who.
Cowboys, Bengals.
Cowboys, Bengals. Oh, yeah.
That's why you're blanking
out.
Bengals, right?
By a wide margin.
The Bengals.
Although, Terrell, we haven't done this to you yet. Micah Parsons proclaimed the Cowboys are back, and they're about to make their playoff run.
Back, baby.
Remember, they beat the Giants, so this is why they...
Yeah.
They just came off beating the Giants, who were battling for the first pick in the draft.
And they're back.
No, I think the Cowboys are going to lose this game. Although I want the Bengals to
We're
lose,
just jumping into it.
but Cowboys are losing this game. They suck.
Sorry. Okay, what was that about?
Getting right into it, huh?
I was like, wow, we're okay. We're
Do you
into
hate Terrell?
What? Gabe does not like sitting next to Terrell.
That is a tense room over there. Look at the...
I'm just saying.
Look at the board.
Wow, look at the
He's
tension.
not supposed to be here.
He's not supposed to be here. All right, let's get into the recap here. Here's definitely Week 14. All right, let's focus. Let's focus down here.
Here we go. We got it.
All right, Jags and Titans in a battle of the bottom feeders of the AFC South.
Yeah.
A real good game here, boys. Through three quarters, all you had was 2 field goals,
Tight.
and then it really lit up in that fourth quarter when the Jaguars dropped 10 points and won the game.
Yeah, good for them.
God, they didn't score for 3 quarters and then won the game.
Jags
Jags 10, Titans 6. Mac Jones got the start. He's not great, but he's a backup. I mean, he's a nice backup.
Is he? He threw. I don't know. He's a backup.
Yeah, he's not very good.
He's not very good.
Will Levis, he didn't turn the ball over, but I expect him to eat this game.
Also a backup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he might be.
Maybe backup. He's not.
He's
not
played
turned-
better.
He's not turned the ball over, which is nice. But
Yeah, like he's not making those bad mistakes.
But I think if you commit to him, you have to commit another 2 years to him to see if he turns it
You really
on.
have to develop him a
Yeah,
little bit more.
because he's played better for sure. He's
Terrell,
played
where are
better.
you with Will Levis?
Will Levis is definitely a backup. I mean, there's a lot of backups in the NFL who should be starting over him. I mean,
Who's that?
Denver has 2 of them. I think I'd put Zach.
What
Zach
did you
Wilson.
say right now?
Terrell, hold
What
on.
did you say right now?
Zach Wilson.
Who are the 2 backups in Denver who should be starting over Will Levis?
Stidham and Zach Wilson over Will Levis. Come on, we're talking about a guy who is the most meme-worthy quarterback in the NFL.
I love that now. I'm not the Bronco guy. I'm a Bronco fan, but it's Terrell that is like Terrell. I love Stidham and I love.
He is. I mean, I put in my Michael Penix over him.
There probably aren't many starters in the Canadian Football League that should be starting over Zach Wilson.
Zach
Dubs?
Wilson's
Zach
been
Wilson
playing better
is
than
awful.
Aaron Rodgers.
Zachy Dubs?
Zach
Wilson's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL.
He's pretty bad.
No.
You're out of your mind to say you are deep in the Mile High Kool-Aid.
Wait,
He's
who's
not-
coaching Zach Wilson? Is it
Yeah,
Sean
who's
Payton?
coaching him?
Sean Payton, Zach Wilson. The Sean
yeah.
Payton
Oh,
led.
yeah.
The Sean Payton coach Zach Wilson.
I'm with Terrell here.
I don't
Come
have a
on,
conversation
come on.
anymore
They
because you're
were-
saying crazy stuff. You're saying crazy things,
I'm
Terrell.
just saying the
I
Jets.
gotta
I'm
applaud
saying
your
the
fans.
Jets.
He
I'm
said they
saying
got
the Jets-
two backups.
I'm saying the Jets were better under with Zach Wilson than they are with Aaron Rodgers.
Let me tell you something.
We're not talking about that, Terrell.
So he's not that
That's
bad.
a different conversation,
He's not
Terrell.
that bad.
This is what happens when Terrell misses 2 shows. He's going to make up for all the weeks he missed.
And another thing,
He's awful. He's this guy's.
I've been saving this super hot Zach Wilson take.
Zach Wilson needs to be a starter again.
You're absolutely out of your mind, bro.
Wait, Will Levis?
No.
I want to see your thought. What's your thoughts on Kenny Pickett?
No, Will Levis is definitely better.
Kenny Pickett's better than Zach Wilson.
Could
not
Elway
Zach Wilson,
return?
than Will Levis.
I can't with you, bro.
They're all bad.
You're saying crazy things, Terrell.
We're talking about Will Levis.
All right, Jags,
Okay.
Titans anyway.
Bright spot. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be a stud. Just got to give him a quarterback.
He looks really good.
Yeah.
Pollard is just a shoe-in for 20 carries, 100 yards, no matter what happens. They scored 6 points.
Yeah, he's
How did they not turn his 100 yards into at least one touchdown?
because of Will Levis.
Okay. That's
I'll do that.
yeah, imagine what Zach Wilson would
I
have
know
done with that
Zach
100
Wilson.
yards.
He would have had 2 or 3.
They would have thrown him a 40 spot.
I mean, look what he's with Brees Hall. Going
Stop!
That's what I'm saying.
Out
Zach
of your
Wilson.
mind. All right, let's move
Next-
ahead here.
next game,
I don't want to
please.
hear Terrell talk about the Jets either. Dolphins, Jets, a must-win game for the Dolphins, right? In playoff standing-wise?
Yeah.
Had to win.
Now they're tied with the Colts for a 6-7 outside the playoff bubble.
Hear me out here with the Jets.
Big Bronco fans next week.
Is this not the best the Jets have looked this year offensively?
Here we go.
They look good.
They lost.
They did lose because that defense is so bad. What?
But they lost in
The collapse
style.
of that defense needs to be studied.
Well, we all know why. They fired got one guy holding it together.
So
And then they fired the guy that got all those guys.
yeah.
The Jets blew up.
this
the
constant
one
rookie
good-
of the year thing doesn't work for me.
Fuck that shit.
It never worked.
Let's hire the 33rd team to find us a new coach. Ari Merov and the boys.
Hey, shout out to Aaron Maroff. But
God,
how did he get that? That's a good pull. He has some blackmail on those guys for sure.
maybe.
Yeah.
Dolphins just did whatever they want offensively. They scored 32 points. They're clicking. It seems like they're back now. Like,
Yeah, it's their new offense. Excuse me. Their new offense post Tua's injury. It's his lot shorter game. It's like quick. It's honestly like probably fits Tua even better than we did last year. Like this, like high flying down the field.
Well,
it's lot of
today
quick
was a little
stuff.
bit more old Dolphins than
Tyreek.
because- Yeah, Tyreek and Waddle both 8 today, which we haven't seen that in a long time. And A-Chain didn't do much today, just 24 yards on the ground, although he's also a great receiver, 45 through the air. But the Jets, I thought this is the best they looked. Like, I don't know. They spread the wealth. Garrett Wilson had a nice game. Like, Devontae Adams. Like, this is like what you thought those two would look like. Both went over 100 yards.
Wait, isn't this? Oh, hold on, let's go. Sorry, go ahead.
Terrell, you seem like you're not impressed by these stats.
No. The Jets looked really good together. I hate this team because whenever I root for them,
Terrell has been.
whenever I've rooted for them twice in the last 3 weeks, they can't beat the Colts, they can't beat the Dolphins. Like, and they do just they make the dumbest mistakes at the end of the game. Like what Aaron Rodgers is doing, just taking a sack at the end of the game. Just run the ball.
That's very true, too. Last time, what was it, the hell? That last time you talked about the Jets, you said the same exact thing. Honestly. You said Rodgers had a good game, Wilson had a good game, the running back's great. Jets lose. There's a dog that seriously disagrees with our takes right now.
This is the first 300 game of
Go
Aaron
out there and talk
Rodgers.
to him.
This is the first 300 yard game for Aaron Rodgers since 2021. So that's a long time ago.
339, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and you guys want to run this guy out of the league.
He looks
next
so
year.
old. He looks old.
How about the fantasy managers who sat on Braylon Allen all year long just to have him split carries with Isaiah Davis today?
Isaiah Davis, part of the white team.
Yeah.
Another member. Now they have a running back.
It's a great year for White.
He would be starting, right? Who's
for
the white?
whites.
Who's the right running back?
Well, Will Shipley from the Eagles is probably the starter.
Is Rex Burkhead on any rosters
Rex Burkhead.
or
No.
Danny Woodhead? Those guys, no.
No.
I think he's been in the league for a while.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just wondering.
Anything else, guys, on the Jets and Dolphins? I feel like good for the Dolphins. They stay alive here. 1 game back.
Okay, where are you with Mike McDaniel? He should be head coach next year, right? Of Dolphins.
Yeah.
I don't know you guys ready to fire Zach.
No.
Taylor,
No,
so.
I'm not. I'm not ready to fire him. But I'm wondering where you are.
Yeah, I mean, what I don't like about his team is that they all seem to be pretty similar. Like they all have the same bad tendencies. They're not physical enough. Like they're not a physical enough team to beat the best teams in the NFL.
So you're saying that they're all little bitches.
I just think it's year after year a soft team.
Yeah, that's true.
Like year after year. And Mike McDaniel's team's kind of like a soft coach. It's just too finesse. It's not. There's not enough.
There's no bully ball.
Yeah, there's not enough like toughness to it.
Honestly, they needed like a bully running back or something. They need a bully on offense.
They got a little running back taking the ball from a little quarterback,
passing a little wide.
maybe throwing to the little wideouts.
Yeah.
Like no one's over 6'2" on the team.
Tell what, they are lightning fast. They're winning.
They're super fast, but like when the game shrinks.
So you keep
like in the
how many years are you going to give Mike?
I don't know. I mean, if you give him Tua's contract, and if those two can't make it work there, you start over.
Yeah, I thought he'd be better. Yeah, his teams just have the same tendency. They'll be the Jets, sure, but when they need to win games that must against good football teams, they will not.
They took the Jets to overtime, like the Jets.
That's true.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not a real player.
They're so weird because they're so talented, but they're never going to be good. You can never trust them.
Nope. You need to win in this league. You need some kind of you need to be able to go there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to get punked in the playoffs.
Yep.
Like they did last year against the Chiefs.
And they will never do that.
And if they do make it, they play Buffalo in the first round. Buffalo has owned them. They're gonna go play in the snow. They're a
the
soft
Buffalo fans are just bare chested through tables in the parking lot.
And Mike McDaniels is shivering on the sideline.
Yeah, we saw what happened when the Dolphins went to the cold.
Yeah, and they're a Dolphin. I mean, Dolphins aren't tough. I mean, a Dolphin's a
No.
is a
Look,
gay.
let's
is a
not-
gay
Oh,
shark.
down the
Boy, just say,
logo.
finish the sentence. Finish the sentence.
A dolphin is a gay shark.
Dude, like dick. What's the hole for? Bro, what's the hole for, dude? What the fuck?
That's a gay shark.
Dolphins, yeah, that's,
Little teeth, just
yeah, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You're not hunting.
You're not-
What are you doing? Helping humans. Eat that fuck.
he's doing backflips in SeaWorld. That's why you get That's why you get plays in captivity all the
What
time.
about the football team? What about the football team? Huh? What do you think about the football team?
SeaWorld all of a sudden? Like,
Week 14. It is definitely week 14.
This is why you're SeaWorld's little bitch. Because you keep getting caught.
That's why no one goes there.
This is my fault as the host.
Yeah, it really
We're
is.
here now. Okay.
Gayest shark.
Dolphins. Okay, but listen, if the Dolphins do sneak in the playoff, I mean, what's the playoff situation?
So they're tied with the Colts right now. So they're 2 games behind, which would now be the
They're
Chargers.
both on the outside looking in?
Yeah, with 6 wins. The Ravens, Broncos, and the who's the other third team in the AFC? They all have 8 wins.
Chargers.
Yeah, so they're 2 games behind the wild card. So they need to win out.
Tie with the Colts.
Yeah, so they need to win out and have teams
Lose
lose out. So it's gonna be pretty hard for
The
them.
teams I would need to lose out are the Broncos and
Broncos,
Chargers,
Chargers, and Ravens.
the Chargers lost tonight. Ravens, man, they got a tough schedule.
Yeah, then Broncos have the Colts
We'll
next
see.
week. That's a good game.
All right, let's move on here. Minnesota Vikings at home hosting the Atlanta Falcons. This was supposed to be the Kirk Cousins revenge game. Instead, it was the Sam Darnold
Breakout game.
game.
Yeah.
Which probably top 3 worst things that could happen in your return to the Vikings.
Yeah. What side do you want to start on?
The other quarterback
There's
going off.
There's so many storylines here.
Let's start with the Falcons because I feel like we're all just ready to give up on this team. Like, we just don't believe. I don't believe you.
I feel like they're ready to give up on this team.
Kirk Cousins in the last 4 games when they are 0-4, 0 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Good God, I didn't know it was that bad.
You can't keep him as a quarterback.
He can't throw the ball through a piece of paper.
Maybe
if it was wet.
he didn't recover from the Achilles as well as everyone thought. He's not the same quarterback.
Gabe, did you guys see that stat? Since they've recorded like the speed that a quarterback can throw with, no one has recorded lower than what Kirk Cousins did.
So he's lower than noodle arm Peyton Manning in his last year in Denver.
And that was
bad.
And that was very obvious.
Yeah, and he's slower than that.
I think the only shot the Falcons have to go to make the playoffs or do anything in the playoffs, it's time to call in
That big Penix.
that big Penix energy.
Big Penix energy.
Right? And that's a shot in the arm this team needs.
He better start. He's about 28 years old.
And you're only 1 game behind first place, right?
Yeah.
So like you're still in reach of winning the division and getting a home playoff game.
He's getting this late start though. Like, do you think they could actually find that this late in the season?
Well, you need something. Right now, you're not winning when you
Talking mid-December.
when you throw no touchdowns. That doesn't win you games. Even if you have a talented roster like Robinson, Tyler Algier, Mooney had a good game. Mooney, Drake London, Kyle Pitts is completely off the board now. It's just they have a talented roster and not wasting it, but they're like not taking advantage of it.
Well, their biggest problem is that they had no idea how to build a defense.
Yeah.
Like Jared Verse, I think, has more pressures than Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
And they passed on him. Like they could have used Jared Verse so badly.
He would have been their. He would have been on. Yeah, he would have been their savior.
But they have to outscore every team, and you have a quarterback that seems like he's washed up, and a defense just can't stop anyone. Sam Darnold had the best game of his life today. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, a perfect passer rating, and 347 yards. Like
Sheesh.
that defense is so bad. But the Vikings now, let's talk about them. 11-2.
Yeah, I just want to say that really quick. You know, we've been questioning the Vikings, like, are they a real team or not? I think today was the game where they showed the league. We just had to work through some things, but we're still that same team.
You never saw Sam Darnold truly bottom out. He had a little lull where he wasn't going crazy, but he wasn't a bad quarterback even then. And now, like, you kind of see, okay, wait a minute. Maybe this guy could do. I mean, they're 11-2. They're tied with the Eagles for the second best record in the NFC. Like, they still have a very realistic shot at the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
Like, that's where they are.
And they still have Justin Jefferson, and Addison had a great game.
Their weapons are so nice.
And Hawkinson didn't even really have a great game, and he's still a very good player. Aaron Jones had a good game. They're talented on offense. Defensively they have.
I gotta imagine they've clinched a wild card.
11-2. I'm sure they've had to.
What can the Vikings do? Like, what teams in the NFC could you see the Vikings?
Do you see them
taking out in the playoffs?
How do you see them compared to your Eagles?
Not even close.
So
but to be fair though, they're the one. I was thinking about this. They're one of the few like the teams that always seem to go real far in the playoffs are the teams that have good units on both sides.
Okay,
and they're one of the few teams that's like, no, they have an elite offense and an elite defense.
Let's go through.
That's what I was gonna say.
Let's go through the divisions. The NFC South. Let's just say the Buccaneers win it. Who would you have in a playoff game? Buccaneers or
Vikings?
Or
are a way more complete team.
Okay, so the NFC West at this point is be the Seattle Seahawks. So Seahawks or
complete team. I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see how far they go too, because
how did they play the Lions? Was that the
that came down to the last?
That's the first game without Hutch, right?
Yes, I believe.
And Lions won.
And the Lions won.
Yeah.
But it was close.
It was a close game.
Yeah,
And those two teams meet up again last week of the season.
That's a great game. That's a battle for number 1.
That's probably getting flexed to a Sunday night.
Yeah, that's good football.
It's a 10 o'clock game right now.
I think the Vikings are good enough to just go back to what you were saying when they go into the playoffs. I think the Vikings are really good enough to take down a true contender. I don't think they can go all the way.
That defense plays well.
But if the defense, on their best day, if that defense and offense is clicking, they can keep up with an Eagles. Who's the other powerhouse? Oh, Lions.
Yeah,
although the Lions would be fun because if they play each other that last week, then potentially meet up 2-3 weeks later.
And you don't know
fun football.
With divisional games, you don't know who's going to win because
who are the other like real players in the NFC? Packers.
The wild card would be like the Commanders, Packers.
Commanders aren't a real player.
No, but it's not like teams are be in the playoffs.
I'm talking about who are the real players. Who are the big dogs?
Well, Eagles,
It's
Lions.
just those three. It's Eagles, Lions,
Then it's
Vikings.
like Seahawks, Commanders.
Yeah, it's teams that you don't even believe in. Like Seattle or whoever comes from the NFC West, you don't believe in because you don't believe in them all year. And the NFC South is just kind of Baker. How much can he will a team to win? So
Baker's just fun football.
Baker's just fun football.
No one's gonna pick him, but everyone's gonna be cheering for him.
This is the time where you want to be playing your best football. So good on the Vikings.
And for Sam Darnold.
Sam, yeah, too.
Good for you.
They got a lot of decisions to make.
Does this game now Sam Darnold has the argument to get a long-term deal with the Vikings? He's 28 years old.
I don't think with the Vikings. I think he's going to go somewhere else and get a big deal. I think the Vikings are going to go back to JJ.
I think you have to answer. You have to ask that question again when they go into the postseason. If they could snag a win, like a surprising win against the Eagles, something like that, then you could ask that question.
I just
But I
don't
don't
know.
think they're going to play the Eagles in the first round.
No, right, but I'm saying if he continues, because it was just like we were talking about, he never really hit a lull. He stayed good. Now we're in December football. He's playing really good. He goes to the playoffs, wins a couple games here and there, surprisingly good games. Then you could say,
I think when a playoff game right now they play Seattle. If Detroit and Minnesota went out until that last game of the season, they get the number 2 seed.
Or what if he beats Detroit in that
And they get a bye.
in that final week? Is that
Beat him in that final week and get a first round bye? I think
has he earned it then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why put a unproven rookie in a guy? You just seen this guy take your team
keep on going
from being.
Then you're making like a Mahomes and Alex Smith type move.
Like
But the only thing is
McCarthy's very young too, though, right? Like he's not like
he's not
21.
Yeah, he's not old.
He'll be 22 at the start of next year, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think he's at least got
set up well for them.
I think he's at least given himself maybe a 3 or 4 year deal.
Good for him.
They didn't want to pay Cousins before the injury.
No.
And he was like playing his best.
Yeah.
So what if they're just hell bent on getting a nice young quarterback?
A cheap.
Because why would they want to pay Sam Darnold now, and they didn't want to pay Kirk Cousins back then?
He's younger.
What kind of money
Sam
can
Darnold's
Sam
only 28.
actually get? Like, if you had to pay him,
Baker money.
Yeah, you got to look at the Baker's
Give
contract.
him a Baker contract.
Baker,
3
Geno
years.
Smith, those kind of quarterbacks.
like 3 year, 100 million,
150, and then
That would really screw over the J.J. McCarthy dynasty owners.
Yeah.
Oh, so you? Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's keep moving here. Saints, Giants.
Oh, God.
I'm not even going to click the tab, to be honest. 14-11. The Giants are just determined to try to screw up their draft position. Lose.
Why are you trying to win? Stupid Dable.
Well, they did put Drew Lock. Like, what else do you want them to do?
Drew Lock is really bad. He threw the ball 49 times today. They are trying to lose.
This
so
was
bad.
Jake Haener versus Drew Lock. As we talked about, Derek Carr went down. Jake Haener with no one to throw to because they're all hurt over there. And then Drew Lock and Malik Neighbors, who's just frustrated every week.
I feel bad for Neighbors.
He's pissed off every.
He's talented,
post.
but he's probably like, why the hell did I want to go to? Or I wish.
How do you keep Dable at this point?
Yeah, he's got to go.
Like
the whole thing's getting washed out. GM, head coach, quarterbacks, everyone's getting done.
They showed that idiot, the GM Joe Schoen.
Yeah,
whatever,
Shane.
in the box today. He had binoculars. Like,
What are you looking at, bro?
What are you looking at?
That
bro?
team's ass. There's no talent on that. Well, there's some talent, but yeah, it's bad.
Saints win 14-11. Two teams are headed toward the offseason here.
Why
A lot
Saints?
of questions.
Why Saints are winning is beyond me.
They're 5-8 now, so their top pick is gone.
They'll get top 10 to 15.
Somewhere around there. They're running back with Derek Carr.
And you better hope-
exact where we are next year.
Saints. Some people just deserve to be bad, and the Saints deserve to be bad. They don't know how to lose or
All
be
right.
good.
Eagles Panthers in a game that I didn't want to believe was going to be a trap game, but was exactly that.
Yep.
Let's start with the Panthers here because we need to talk about Bryce Young.
Reassess.
Okay, I've asked Angel this before. Terrell, let me throw it to you here. If you're the Panthers, are you giving Bryce Young, after what he's done the last couple of weeks, almost beat the Chiefs, almost beat the Eagles, are you giving him another year? Are you giving him one game next year?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to run it with this guy. I mean, he's him, Anthony Richardson, two guys who hit the bench this season who've now come back.
Will Levis
and look. Will Levis, Zach Wilson he's coming. He's knocking on the door.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you definitely got to give him. Look, you got to give these guys, give them time. I mean, we've seen it over and over again. Jared Goff played horrible as a rookie in second year. Josh Allen was awful. Lamar Jackson was mediocre. So I mean, it's rare for a guy to come in and be a stud right away. Like we're looking at Patrick Mahomes, but he's the exception. He's not the rule. So
Right. He might be the greatest quarterback of all time.
yeah.
Let's not compare ourselves to that guy. His last 3 games, the epitome of moral victories. 3-point loss. Sorry, moral victories that are losses, right? That makes sense. 3-point loss to the Chiefs, 3-point loss in overtime to the Bucks, and then today a 6-point loss and one Xavier Legette drop away from being a win over the Eagles, who have now won 8 in a row or 9 in a row. Impressive losses. Like, he's been tough. Yep. And today Eagles had number 1 rated PFF pass defense last week. He was carving them up.
Yeah, he was.
He was giving them the business. They got a 34-year-old white over there playing receiver.
Yeah, Xavier Legette who can't speak English.
34-year-old white.
Oh,
Adam Thielen,
my guy.
U.S. police reported him. 34-year-old white man.
No, but like he's balling out. Like it's kind of fun to see what they're doing. Oh, we need to talk about Jonathan Brooks though.
R.I.P. Moment of silence. Yeah. First knee.
Jonathan Brooks went down today with a non-contact knee injury.
He's done. He might just be J.K. Dobbins 2.0.
Worst.
You kind of hate it because he's talented. He was the first one I picked in this draft, and he hurt again, non-contact. He immediately went out. They immediately ruled him out. I feel for the kid because the vibes are good in Carolina. This is the one part that kind of sucks. It's gone too soon.
Let's talk about the Eagles here because let's talk about the Eagles. They moved to 11-2, 9 in a row, 5-1 at home. Jalen Hurts, another game with no turnovers. Terrell, you were the first guy on this show to declare the Eagles back when they weren't sniffing the top 10 Angels list because A.J. Brown got hurt a couple weeks before that.
You got that right.
Yeah. Give us your thought. This Eagles run, how likely are they? Just how much of a sure thing is it that they're going to go to the Super Bowl?
The Eagles are the most. I mean, coming into the season, I already said it. They were going to win the division.
I just want to let these words wash over me.
They are the most overlooked Super Bowl contender in probably like the last 5 years. They're a team whose with that, I already said it, that with the quarterback running back tandem, I said I wanted to see what Baltimore would do. I wanted to see what Philly would do with these two new running backs in there. Saquon's nasty. Saquon's gonna break. Yeah. He's gonna break records. Jalen Hurts, take care of the football, and you're good. Like you did your first year at the helm. So the Eagles, they're nice. Their defense is good when they need them to make plays. They can make plays. So they're the most overlooked team. I think I still have the Lions as the best team in that division, but you know what? Honestly, I have the Eagles. I think the Eagles are better than Detroit.
I try to mention that, Terrell.
They're better than Detroit because
They beat the Panthers.
No, not because they beat the Panthers.
9 in a row. Just smart ass.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, it's not just because of the Panthers game. It's because they're more consistent, and the Lions, they take too many of those big risks. It's going to come back to bite them. The Lions are more depleted than Philly. Philly's a little bit more healthy. I like Philly over Detroit.
I do too. I would say though that if there's one team that takes like more chances than the Lions, it's probably the Eagles or somewhere around there. Like Sirianni's always going for a fourth down. So if they ever played each other, like there wouldn't be one punt or field goal.
It'd definitely be a Madden.
It'd be a Madden game. They're both just going for it. But yeah, I think the health of the Lions is something we need to take a little more seriously.
Did you see the quote from the post-game interview with superstar wideout A.J. Brown after the game? It was weird.
Why'd you say it like that?
It was because what he said.
What'd he say?
They said, what could he be improved on the offense? And he just said passing. Because last couple weeks it's been a run first team. I feel like
I agree.
He as an A.J. Brown owner.
I definitely agree.
No, but this team's talented. And Saquon Barkley is making a case for why you need to pay and respect running backs. He might literally run for 2,000 yards this year. Defensively, they're good. Today they had a bad game, but you're allowed to have a bad game every now and then. This is, in the players, it's not playoff football yet, so I think they'll be fine. Eagles are good. They're a really, really good team.
Yeah. Sucks the Lions lost won because then we could have been tied for that 1 seed. I want that 1 seed real bad.
It's a bloodbath for the 1 seed because the Vikings are right behind.
Yeah, and the Vikings just refuse to lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eagles. I'm glad you said it, Terrell, because I was there last week. Like, I think I watched both of those teams play, and it just feels right now if they're to play, it's Eagles, and it's not close to me.
It's hard to say it's not close because that Lions offense is really dynamic.
Yeah,
and that running game is nice. So
yeah.
It's a close game, but in a game of two ballsy head coaches,
be fun.
I like the Eagles.
Is that Lions fan base and that Eagles fan base going at it for a week?
Never mind. Just both just pulling up strapped.
Yeah, there's some records on it. There's some strikes on the field.
Buccaneers Raiders in the Battle of the Pirates. Buccaneers after this game they win 20-13. Now in sole possession of first place in the NFC South. Baker Mayfield leading these boys back to the playoffs. I believe. I think they'll make it, right?
Yeah.
Raiders just further and further down the toilet. We talked about them pre-show. Was that recorded?
It's like
we did.
It's like
we did.
That's like a controlled free fall. They're trying to lose to get Shador. Yeah.
They know where they're going.
The Bucks though. Bucks are moving, man. They're doing it.
This is gonna be the winner. This is the NFC South.
The Falcons aren't gonna catch them, right?
Unless they make Penix, and Penix has to be good right away. But yeah, it's gonna be Baker and those boys. Will they win a playoff game? Probably not. But
you don't think so?
So they're the wild cards. So who they play?
If they play the Vikings week 1? No, they wouldn't be the Vikings.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you,
if they drew like the Commanders.
The Commanders going to be right down at the bottom with them.
It'll be a wild card. It'll be one of the top dogs. So they're going to lose first round, but you love the story.
They're most likely to play against the Eagles,
which would be interesting
or the Vikings.
They play the Eagles well.
They beat them last year when the Eagles were struggling.
They beat them 3 times in a row, right?
They beat them this year though.
Yeah. Interesting.
Everyone was hurt, but
Baker. This team. I think just one guy's gone on offense, and you can feel they're kind of you feel like they've gone like up and down all around like emotionally. But yeah, they'll win this division. Baker will justify the contract. Mike Evans will have another 1,000-yard season if he balls out. But yeah, they're good, but they're not going to be Super Bowl winner.
I wouldn't want to face Baker in a playoff game. I just feel like that's the guy who plays the best when the lights are on.
Crazy white boy, yeah.
Like he's just not afraid of anything. He's a literal dog.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's also justifying the contract. I like that for him too. Maybe he's not number 1 overall worthy, like as far as like stats wise, but he's a NFL starter for the next 5 years for sure.
I saw him last week after they beat the Panthers, talking to Bryce Young, and I was like,
Yeah, coach him up.
listen to that man.
Listen to
Baker.
Yeah, he was on all the commercials. He was number 1 overall.
And now look at Bryce Young this week.
Yeah,
Giving hell to the Eagles.
yeah, good for him.
Job Baker. All right, the biggest game of the year in the
Wait.
NFC.
You skipped the Browns Steelers.
Oh, I did, huh?
So I don't want you to go to the big game. Then we have to go back to this game.
All right, cool. So now I got to remember to cut this out. Here we go.
You're gonna miss it all together.
I could have gone back to it. 3, 2. All right, Steelers and Browns, AFC North, right? I thought this game was going to be closer. 14-27, really wasn't really close. Steelers kind of flex their muscles here. And I mentioned it, I forgot what other team I mentioned it with, but you want to be playing your best ball right now. And it really seems like the Steelers are playing their best right now.
Yeah, Russell Wilson actually did pretty good without George Pickens. That's
George Pickens inactive.
all the shit I said about them not being the same with only one wideout. That kind of bit me in the ass today because he performed well.
And he spread it around. No receiver had more than three catches. Pat Freiermuth, the leading receiver. He operated an offense today. He was a game manager. Him and Najee Harris did enough. And a pretty easy win over a team that's been given hell to anything that played him.
A couple playoff
recently.
teams, yeah.
A team that just beat
him.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Steelers, like we're having the same conversation about the Steelers as we are the Vikings the other side. Like we've tried not to believe in this team, but they just keep winning. Here they are at 10-3.
Yep.
And they're gonna be a real, like, someone's gonna have to go to Pittsburgh, I think, and win a playoff game in the first round.
That's gonna be a tough place.
That's a hard win.
That's a tough place to win in Pittsburgh when that crowd's going. Russell Wilson looks.
Oh, we are. I was just about to say this. There's a really Steelers. The Steelers are gonna be either the Monday night or that Sunday night wild card game, and it's either Baltimore or Denver. Would be a show.
If there is a football almighty.
Yeah.
What would you prefer? What would you rather see? Pittsburgh, Baltimore,
No.
or Pittsburgh, Denver.
Pittsburgh. You want Russell Wilson?
Yeah, you need Russ and
versus
Sean Payton. Oh
That-
God.
Bo Nix versus-
That would be a great game.
God, that'd be
These
awesome.
storylines, they write themselves.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
As a
Man, it'd be so good.
Here's why the NFL makes billions, man.
It'd be so good.
as a Broncos fan, I want to see them get up to play Houston so we can get a playoff win. But
Yeah.
as a football fan, you got it. It's Denver, Pittsburgh.
That'd be insane. I mean, Ravens Steelers will be great, but
Steelers would win that game, right?
Would you want to see Ravens Bills? That if the Ravens fall to 7,
That's also a great game. Yeah.
Be a great
Ravens would lose that one for sure.
I feel like now
That's a
No.
pretty tough 7 seed.
I would honestly feel like the Ravens would just drop it completely that week if they play against the Bills.
Yeah, most teams do.
But yeah, Pittsburgh, that's a tough place to win, home game. So
That's an actual, like, that's lining up to be a real possibility, right?
Yeah, it's looking like.
Yeah,
Oh man, please,
that'd be
please,
depending on that
please.
great. So right now, you would pick Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh, yeah.
in Pittsburgh.
That'd be a tough place for Bo Nix to go there. That's a tough place to
tough.
win.
You know how badly those Steelers would rally around
Russ,
Russ to win for him.
Yeah.
Mr. Unlimited.
That would be Mike Tomlin would be preaching that all week.
Sean Payton would coach his ass off. He was not.
He's
we
going
just
for
trading
he's going for
shots, man.
onside kicks.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
going
yeah.
through the
He's-
punter is going to throw the ball.
He's doing everything. He's having Bo Nix run the same play
not
that
reporting
Russell
some
Wilson
linemen.
ran in the Super Bowl that got him the pick. Run it to where he threw the
What's
touchdown.
funny is that they're basically the same team. Just the Steelers are better at.
good defense. Well, yeah, and they have a better running
Steelers
game.
better
yeah.
running game.
Yeah, way better. Light
Yeah.
years. I can't even tell you how much better running game they have.
But like one weapon,
Yeah, one weapon and
and
like
a bunch of just okay
and, the,
stuff.
and the defense kind of brings you along.
A good, not great quarterback. Like,
Yeah.
it's a kind of very similar team. Just I feel like the Steelers are just better marginally at everything.
And
Except maybe
Sean Payton doesn't hate.
Total defense.
This year, Sean Payton doesn't hate his quarterback.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
helps.
helps. Yep.
But yeah, Steelers beat the Browns as we thought they should. Browns at 3-10, so they're looking, man. Browns this offseason got some decisions to make. Are we bringing back Jameis? Are we drafting a new quarterback? What the hell are we gonna do with Deshaun Watson?
Does he have any more cases now?
Does he have more cases popping up?
Because he's in rehab now.
What is he doing for massages nowadays?
Yeah. Are you going to the? Are you?
Who has eyes on this guy?
Is it the NFL training staff or is it your own private team?
Yeah.
These are the questions that we need to ask.
But I mean, they got some real questions that
Stefanski, is he coming back?
Stefanski.
If they fire him, that's so stupid.
They won't. They just him and Barry signed extensions in the offseason.
good. He's such a good head coach.
Terrell, what are you doing at quarterback if you're the Browns?
I mean, I think you get Jameis as a bridge, but there might be some young quarterbacks that you maybe can trade for. Maybe look around the league.
Zach Wilson.
So
no, the guy I like. We haven't heard a lot from because Geno Smith's killing it. Is Sam Howell.
Yeah,
I think that might be a backup that you
That's
might look
interesting.
at making a move for.
Fields.
Justin Fields.
Sam
Another
Darnold.
guy.
I think
Sam Darnold would be nice too.
you make Deshaun Watson your emergency third quarterback, stick him up in the booth, make sure that no one has access to that booth.
Especially masseuses.
There it is.
Yeah.
Sign Jameis as a bridge, and you draft a rookie quarterback, whatever falls to you.
Yeah.
You're at 3-10, so you have a shot at like Carson Beck or someone like that.
Yeah.
Whoever the who fell this year and it was actually pretty good. Drake May. Like you,
Quinn.
Not Jake May. No, who fell in the draft this year? Oh, Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Like a Bo Nix. Like if you get someone to fall to you like that, like that's not bad. I mean,
Browns,
that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in position for a top 5 pick.
For sure.
Yep.
All right, guys. In the most important game in the NFC West up to date, the Cardinals choked it away because that's what the freaking Cardinals do.
That's what they do.
When everything's right there for Kyler to have,
I said, nah.
he just can't do it.
Nope.
He can't win big games.
He's too small.
Seahawks win 30-18, and it wasn't even that close. I mean, at halftime, it looks like 24-10, and just a blowout loss in a huge divisional matchup. And as much as we want to count the Seahawks out, they just keep winning.
Yeah. Bravo to them. They're winning must-win games, which is what you want your team to be doing in December. So good for them.
Yeah, they went without Kenneth Walker today. Zach Charbonnet, though, did fill in admirably, even though, what's his name? Terry Bradshaw called him Jack Charbonnet.
Chardonnay.
Oh,
Chardonnay.
yeah. Chardonnay.
That old man is drunk.
Yeah. But Geno's playing well. Didn't turn the ball over today. Wasn't sacked today.
Yep. Good.
And those receivers are all really, really good.
Yep.
And the defense was shut down today. I mean, they shut down Kyler. I think Trey McBride had never mind, 7 for 70. He did have 0 catches at some point, like in the second quarter, but apparently he turned it on. Are we talking about how big of a bust so far Marvin Harrison has been? Like, why does he get a pass?
Because he has like flashes. He shows flashes, which are like gets him a little.
He's really good coming off the bus.
That's true.
And
He looks the part.
And some games who have good games, and like they'll get the heat off them.
We need to do this on the show, but I saw a redraft. Like, let's redraft the first round.
Well,
They're definitely taking Neighbors if they had a shot again, right?
I would take Brian Thomas Jr. over him.
Yeah. He's the third guy taken.
Yeah.
Honestly, are you taking Ladd McConkey?
No, I would. Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know.
McConkey's pretty good.
You think Lediddy is a first round?
I don't know. I think his ceiling may be a little bit limited, but I mean, the point is there though. Like, it's just this guy was.
He hasn't been can't miss. This was labeled can't miss receiver.
Yeah. So far, the 2 generational talents in this draft suck pretty bad.
And the ones after them are actually pretty probably better than them.
Like Caleb Williams and Marvin
generation.
Harrison.
Yeah, give me Jane Daniels and Neighbors over Caleb Williams and
I'm just
Marvin
so
Harrison.
done with that term, generational talent.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. I'm
that
done
was-
with these evaluators.
That was Kyle Pitts at one point. Generational talent.
Such crap. But yeah, the Cardinals, they lose another big game here. Still at 6-7. The division's still there, although the Seahawks now 8-5. 2 games on everyone. Oh, no, 1 game on the Rams. The Rams won today. But yeah, Kyler, you can't make any excuses for him. I mean, 2 interceptions today.
Yeah, he didn't play well.
You got to win this game. You have to win this game. And maybe we need to stop believing that Kyler is ever going to be that guy again. You know, that guy who can be a number 1 or whatever seed in the conference.
Yeah.
He's a guy that, he's going to sneak in the playoffs sometimes. He needs a really good team around him for them to actually do something, though.
Yeah, I'm out on this Cardinals team for sure.
Yeah, even though you were on Steelers or Seahawks already. Are you backing on the Seahawks?
Sure. Whoever's in first place.
No, man, you're not jumping on the Rams bandwagon.
Rams-
Oh, you know what?
Bills
That has been my team though.
Seattle,
I think the Rams are coming for this one.
Seattle, LA, Week 18.
Might be the battle for the.
Battle for the
home
NFC West.
That's great.
Yeah. All right, let's go to that game. Bills-Rams. Bills lose this game by 2 points, 44-42. A fantasy dream.
Yep.
And there's only one place to start when you talk about fantasy numbers in this game. I don't know how many points Josh Allen dropped in your league, but in our league, he dropped a 51 spot.
It's pretty good.
6 total touchdowns, threw for 3, ran for 3. I think won the MVP for himself today. Like, won the MVP.
Yeah.
Him and Saquon have been, like, trading moments.
Yeah.
But even Saquon's huge game in LA wasn't this. I mean, this was just in a losing effort.
6 total touchdowns.
6 total touchdowns.
He looked phenomenal a whole game.
I mean, he's amazing. They lost, which not a big deal, right?
No.
I'm not worried about it.
Like, does anyone care if they lost today?
I don't think anyone cares. I don't care.
Right? Anything to be concerned about? I mean, the defense, I guess, not great, but we know this Rams team, when they get on one,
They were out.
they can put on anyone.
They were out Kincaid, and they were out FSU wideout. Like
Okay, so we won't mess with the Bills then. I think we're still good on them.
Yeah.
No one's
Coleman.
panicking with them.
real contender.
Yeah,
Josh Allen,
no
might
Keon
be-
Coleman either.
Yeah, so he's fine.
But the Rams are confusing because we keep expecting this team to show up, and it's just like you never know when they're going to show up.
Yeah.
Because
Today's team was good.
I thought they were going to do this against the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then who they lose to last week?
They lost to the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah,
It was
lost to
Dolphins, then Eagles. And
the-
then
They
they
lost,
lose.
they lost to the Dolphins before the Eagles.
And then who? I think it was the divisional team last week. Was it the Cardinals?
Might be.
I forgot. But I mean, I know they lost, and they just keep like you don't know what. If you get this version of the Rams, look out.
Yeah. Stafford was on one.
Unstoppable today.
23.
The Saints. They played the Saints. They got the Bills, the Saints, the Eagles, and the Bats. For the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, some unreal box scores today, right? I mean, what's the crazy? Obviously, Josh Allen's the craziest one,
And Puka
but there was
Nacua.
plenty.
Puka Nacua, 12 catches, 162 yards, 1 touchdown. Phenomenal toe tapping catch on the sideline.
Yeah.
Puka's he's might be right below Justin Jefferson.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Name
Put
a
some respect
receiver
on Chase.
that's head and shoulders over Puka Nacua.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Maybe not head and shoulders, but he's definitely over.
He's head and shoulders and nuts over.
Jesus. Wow. Okay. Wow.
No,
I mean,
I think Puka's right up there with him. Puka's phenomenal. Puka is phenomenal.
He's
He
really,
gets
really
no
good.
respect because he's not cool.
So
He's
do you
not-
attribute a lot of it to the offense then?
Yeah, it's the offense. You can't. I mean, without Cooper Kupp, like he's not going to do like Jamar Chase can single handedly. He's going to carry a team. I don't think Puka's carrying a team.
Oh well, give him a
That's
chance.
what that.
He carried him today.
He had 162
He
yards.
carried him today against the
but
Bills.
Look, I mean, look, he's with Cooper Kupp. I mean, usually the two of them play together, and Cooper Kupp is going to draw a lot. Cooper Kupp draws a lot of attention.
it sounds like your Purdy argument. Just the other way around.
Reaching.
I don't know.
He's nice. He's nice, but he's not. He's not on
He's
Chase's
nice.
level.
He's nice. You're
He's
right.
not on Chase's level.
Okay, him or AJ Brown?
Oof.
Right now, I'm picking Puka.
Oh, that's tough.
He's running
AJ Brown doesn't get the ball. They're not really throwing him the ball. But I
Yeah.
would
Forget
take
who AJ Brown is though. Yeah.
I take AJ Brown over Puka. He's
That's
not
close to you.
Puka's not a scrub, but it's Chase. It's Jefferson.
He is just. I guess we'll just say to this to be. Sorry, go ahead.
Chase Jefferson, Amon-Ra, and then
Okay.
and then Brown. I would have ahead of Puka.
Take Amon-Ra over Puka Nacua.
I think.
Yeah.
I think him and Amon-Ra are
Like
about the same person.
player. Yeah.
Same player. Puka's just bigger.
Size matters.
Always. Yeah, but this if the Rams team is throwing up points like this, they're one game behind the Seahawks, like we just talked about, and it looks like that division's coming down to those two, right?
Yeah, those two.
Are we worried about
teams.
the Cardinals or are we worried about the Niners?
The Niners have a little bit of life.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about them in a second.
So Puka's last game since being healthy: 9 catches, 98 yards, 7 catches, 123 yards, 9 catches, 117 yards, 5 catches, 56 yards, and today 12 catches, 162 yards. I don't know how that is to get qualified as the. He did it last year too. He did it. I don't know.
He's putting some real like tape
he's
out there
He's
now.
crazy.
Like he's no longer a flash in the pan. Like he is here to
He's
stay.
phenomenal.
And by the way, I don't know if you remember or not, he had the greatest rookie season of all time.
Ever. That's above
Ever.
Jefferson, Randy Moss.
Do we not put this guy in that category just because like
He's definitely looking at hey, this might be the top 5 guy.
Just so you
probably.
know, I'm not with T. I think he's a lot higher than T has him.
okay, let's just
I
do it.
don't,
Let's just do it.
I don't
Give
have
me
him.
your-
I
give
don't
me your-
have him at the
give me
10.
your
Like
top
you're saying, I
5
have him at, like,
receivers
10.
in
He's
the
like a
NFL.
4 receivers above him.
Yeah, 5. He's in
Give-
the top.
give me your
I
top
could put him
5.
at the top 5. Top 5. It's Jamar's number 1. He's
Okay.
head and shoulders over everyone.
Jesus.
Then I have Justin Jefferson.
Uh-huh.
Then I would go with Amon-Ra, and then I'd put AJ Brown, and then I have Puka.
So no Tyreek.
No, Tyreek.
Who else are we missing here?
I
Ty-
mean, oh man, there's not like anyone in that realm this year.
pretty
Really.
Those are the top 5. I mean, the top 5 in any category are.
Someone's screaming.
who's your top
Someone's
five?
screaming right now. Justin Jefferson number 1. Justin Jefferson's phenomenal.
I was gonna say, I mean, he's breaking every record.
Right now, it's 1A, it's 2A, 2B, Chase and Puka. Puka's phenomenal.
No. Don't do the 1A thing. Just 2 and 3.
Who's your number 2? Go with your gut, Ainge. Go with your guts.
I'll put Chase and I'll put Puka 3.
You coward. Okay.
Chase having a good year too, but Puka's 3.
That's exactly where I'm lining.
Puka's better than
I guess
Amon-Ra
the
St. Brown.
point I want to make here is like he is in that conversation now, though.
Yeah, he's
Like, he is amongst the best of the best.
Yeah.
And that him and we thought that Cooper Kupp and Stafford thing worked. Version 2.0 here.
Stafford and Puka, that's phenomenal.
Really, really nice. Let's keep an eye on them as they move forward here. There's a couple games left. Bears, Niners. Niners had to have it, and they got it.
Yeah.
They look good doing it, 38-13. Let's start, though, with the Bears. I thought they were going to have like a little revival when they fired everyone, but
They suck.
nah. they're just really bad.
Not good.
Generational talent, Caleb Williams, 134, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Sacked 7 times.
Took a lot of sacks. And if you watch the Bears play, that's not all on the offensive line. He sits back there and he keeps plays alive. And he's doing remember what we talked about? He's trying to do what he did at USC in the NFL.
Yeah.
And it's just not working as well.
No. Yeah,
he doesn't run an actual offense.
No, he's that coach that's going to slow him down. DeAndre Swift is not a lead back. I know he puts up good numbers sometimes, and he's flashy.
14 for 38.
Like, look like last year. Look at them with Philly. Look at the difference between we get Saquon in there, lead back, and Swift. They overpaid Swift like crazy. DJ Moore's the guy who
ran into free agency and signed DeAndre Swift like right away.
And
getting big money.
Like when you fall, like Eagles this year.
They cut Herbert.
Eagles this year. When they were like, any game you watch, when they fall back offensively or when they have a lull, you go to Saquon. This team has no like guy who sets the offensive tone for that.
Yeah, there's no stopper. They have talent at receiver, but they don't have the guy to get to him. Like these guys, I'm sure, are all frustrated again today.
Yeah.
Are you panicking yet about Caleb Williams?
No, I'm not panicking, but I need to know the head coach. That's going to be a big part of my thinking of Caleb Williams for the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Because right now he's no head coach. That's why this team's.
What is nice is that it looks like they're gonna. If they might win 6 games, maybe. So they're gonna have a decent pick again. You're gonna this talented roster.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be able to add some to the roster, maybe.
Yeah, it's
Genty.
I need
Did they get a shot at him?
Genty.
Genty.
Whatever.
No. Yeah, they won't get him. He'll be gone before then.
That'd be phenomenal if they did.
I mean, I think they're right now at 6. I think they're right now at the 6th pick in the draft.
You don't think he's gonna go 6 picks?
Wait,
Running back?
Bijan went what 7, right? When he went to the Falcons. Yeah. I don't know.
They took a Dunze last year.
That's a good spot for him.
They should take a tackle.
You wait, never mind.
But they took a Dunze last year.
Yeah. I have not been impressed with the Dunze really this year. Really,
it's just hard to get a good read on him because Caleb Williams is not good,
and the offense has been bad
right now.
Two different coordinators in 1 year. It's a mess. It's a shit show. Gabe was right. The Bears are just kind of are going to be the Bears.
Is it still fair? Because I see this on Twitter a lot to say like you would have been a much better team with Justin Fields right now.
It probably would have been the same.
You think so?
Maybe. It's still
Justin Fields did not lose a game.
I honestly don't think Caleb Williams is playing as bad as you guys think he is. I know he's getting sacked like crazy, but
Justin Fields lost to the Colts.
Right, but I'm saying like
no, I'm not saying he's bad.
It's not like he's 500 when it comes to
playoff
touchdowns, interceptions, or anything. Like he's protected. He has 5 interceptions this year as a rookie quarterback in December. That's pretty good.
But he's not playing. I don't know.
He's also getting sacked and hit a lot. So I know Joey just said he plays the hero ball, holds onto the ball too long. But I mean, some of that is due to a bad line too.
Yeah, no, I definitely think their line is not great, which isn't good because they put resources into it. But I just think he's like this style of offense he runs. He's doing exactly what I thought he would do. Yeah. He's doing what he did at USC, where he runs around and he tries to make things happen. And there's been a couple places here where you're like, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's not an offense.
It's not sustainable.
It's not. You can't. I mean, he had decent numbers today. Look at the rest of his team. Who else had a great game in that team? No one, because it's just Caleb going out there and running around, see what he can do, and they're not going to win like that. And to me, that's not good quarterback play. To me, it's like
I think the thing that people are overlooking, they looked at USC and watched him run around in circles and chuck the ball around, and they go, "Oh wow," but USC wasn't winning either.
That's also very true.
They were set.
This is basically the UCLA USC Trojans.
Yeah, they were USC his senior year. They lost like 4 or 5 games. Like they can't. He wasn't winning there either. Doing this thing. Everyone was just like, "Oh, this is a guy who can't miss because he plays like Patrick Mahomes." But they lost too. So,
and I mean, obviously, these receivers are very frustrated with him. Like DJ Moore, he's pissed off more than Pickens or or neighbors.
Because he's not throwing the ball. He thinks everybody has to be wide open, and like they were in college. I can run around a circle, and then they'll just end up wide open. Like you need to be actually able to make the throws, make the reads, read coverage. Can't. He's not that.
So it's all about the coach.
Yeah, I want to see who.
You got to find the right coach to reel in, and we don't need the coach to go in and be like, Caleb, what do you want to do? Caleb, what kind of offense? No, you need to go in there and be like, Caleb, this is the offense. Rein him way in.
The fuck in.
Like, you almost need a Sean Payton type rein in.
Yeah.
Like, all the way. Like, start camp with the classic, like, it's open competition.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes.
Tyler Badge is pretty good.
Yep.
So well, let me ask you guys this, though, because you guys kind of said the same thing about AR as far as, but you need to allow him to play his game. What's the difference between allowing Richardson to play his game, but telling Caleb, the better quarterback, you need to play our game?
The difference was they weren't running Richardson. Like, the offense wasn't around Richardson. The offense was around the head coach. This is just like rudderless offense. There's no definition to this offense. It's just different quarterbacks. And obviously, it's apples. It's apples to oranges. It's not the same. But Caleb Williams needs to be just like Josh Allen needed to be, just like Patrick Mahomes needed to be. Rein him in. He has talent for sure. He just is too. There's so much chaos around him. He can't quiet down his mind to just be a good quarterback.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between what they both bring. I think AR brings a skill set, like a unique skill set that he does. That's the way he plays quarterback, by running. Okay, that's the Bears. Let's go over to the Niners now, who win a must-win game. As Angel, what are you doing, bud?
I'm plugging my iPad in.
All right, no problem. 38-13, so they dropped the hammer.
Yep.
They did big things here. Purdy looked good. Isaac Grendel looked good filling in, doing his best CMC, although he did leave hurt.
Doing his best. Mason, who's doing his best CMC.
Right.
There you go.
George Kittle has been really the team MVP all year long.
Yeah.
The one guy who showed up this year.
Yeah, he's
George Kittle.
reminding everyone he's what? Is he a Hall of Famer?
Oh man, it's a big conversation. I don't know. Maybe
Sorry, he might be. He's very good.
Yeah. Juwan Jennings, also someone else who showed up this year.
Yep.
And that's about it. Like no one else had more than 2 catches. The rest of the roster.
So Debo's, we've just we're throwing the towel.
He was washed.
He's washed.
5 carries for 13 yards, 2 catches for 20 yards.
Like he wasn't a great wideout in his prime.
Yep.
Now he's a bad running back or whatever he is.
He just took too much punishment, I think.
Yeah, it's a product of age.
He won't be on the team next year, right?
No, he'll be on the Steelers next year.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Niners win. They keep their hope alive here for the division. What's the wild card race look like?
NFC, it's Commanders, it's Packers.
What's the records looking like though? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's not really
6 and 7.
Yeah, there's no
gonna cut it.
No, there's no gaps.
All right, so you got to win that division here. The Seahawks are at 8-5. Niners are at 6 and 7. Let me pull up their schedule real quick.
I think Terrell said they played the last week, no? The
about
Niners and the Seattle Seahawks?
No,
All right.
Seahawks and Rams.
They have a tough schedule here. The 49ers, next 4 games to wrap up the season.
Go ahead and pick them.
Who wants to pick them?
I'll pick them.
They are hosting the Rams.
Ooh, man,
That's a great game.
Man, that's a tough game. Rams.
Okay.
And that means they're out then.
They're going to the Dolphins.
Wait, what's the record?
Yeah, I got them. Yeah, I'd have them beat. If they lose to the Rams, then they're done. So then they pretty much go in the tank. So, but if they
Say
do
they beat
win,
the Rams, yeah.
they beat the Rams. I got them over the Dolphins.
Okay, so they're still alive here. As a reward, they will host the Lions.
Good
Oh, my
Lord.
goodness.
Yeah, that's
Lions,
it.
by the way, are not going to sit anybody because they're fighting for the number 1 seed.
Yeah, Lions
Yeah.
are still fighting.
And then they get their shot at the Cardinals to end the season.
Ah,
they're
God.
toast.
Yeah, that's a tough road.
I think their season ends next week.
so
There's Thursday.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Rams are running away with this division.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's Rams Seahawks.
It looks like the Niners
Seattle does.
are in the playoffs right now. They need to win out. They cannot.
They're not going to win out, right?
They have to be the Lions.
They have who has to win out? The Niners?
Niners.
Yeah, the Niners.
And you
have
need
to
the
win out.
Seahawks to almost lose out.
And you need the Rams to almost lose out.
They're not going
No,
to be
they
playoffs.
all have to definitely lose out
Yeah, it's
or go 2-2.
Niners is a lost season. Joey called it earlier in the season. It's not their fault. It's just they got they played a lot of football in the last 4 years, and they got older pretty quickly. Contracts got heavier, and the people
Purdy
got hurt.
couldn't carry him.
Is that?
Purdy couldn't carry him.
Yeah. We'll talk about this.
What do you want to say, Gabe?
Purdy couldn't carry him. I just said it.
What do you really want to say? I mean, are you referencing anything
Purdy's
else?
ass.
Just saying, he couldn't carry it.
You want to check in on Purdy Stroud or?
He's trying to bye week.
Okay.
So obviously that's
So he threw no interception.
But he has played this
So
year.
Stroud
right?
was perfect today.
Okay.
So hot.
I think it's an easy thing to revisit. Like the conversation was are these two guys in the same tier of
Okay.
quarterback?
Currently, Purdy,
You're,
15.
you're not arguing this, are you?
No, I'm giving stats. Currently, Purdy's stats: 15 touchdowns, 8 picks, 3,000 yards. Stroud is at 15 touchdowns, 9 picks, 3,000 yards.
The same guy.
Almost identical.
Same guy. I mean,
Same guy.
so then I was right.
We
Well, bye week, so
we were right.
We were right.
They're in the same tier of
Let's
guys.
wait for the season to finish.
But there's nothing left to see.
Stroud's about to hit a hot streak.
Let's wait.
There's nothing left to see.
We'll wait for this shit. Wait for Stroud after a bye week.
Same tier guy. So all those people looking for because there's some people on YouTube looking like
They're hunting
go
for
back
that.
to the Stroud and there's no really.
We're gonna revisit though in the offseason. That's terrible.
It's a conversation we were a year too early on.
Why? Because you lost?
Wait, how did we lose?
Because they're in the same tier.
In the same tier.
Yeah, but you guys had Purdy in like a high tier though.
No,
Like,
we
you
said.
guys
I'll
we
change the
said-
argument.
No, we
That's
said
not the
they're not.
argument.
You said it was.
I'm saying-
You said Stroud was not even close.
He's not close.
Yeah, I was wrong about that, but then Purdy ended up being below average too, which was against what you guys were saying, how he was high up there.
Personally, I don't think either of these quarterbacks are below average.
No,
I think they
You said
struggled
bad
with
years.
We're
They
talking
had
about this
down
year
years.
though. That's the conversation.
They've
No,
had
no,
down
I am
years
just
and they're the
talking about the
same.
original argument of, hey, is Purdy in the same tier as Stroud? No way. Yes, he is. That was the original argument. Like, it wasn't like
I don't have the voice for this right now.
it wasn't like how good these. I think these both are great quarterbacks who I fully expect to rebound with better rosters and
Purdy's gonna
an
get
off season.
Purdy's about to get paid too. You would still pay Purdy, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That team's about to look new next year because obviously the money's gonna be a little heavier. But
You asked the question, Angel. George Kittle, Hall of Famer, career 510 receptions, 6,923 yards, and 45 touchdowns. 5 Pro Bowls, and 4 All Pros.
he's pretty close. He is one of the faces of this era of Niner football.
It's been a great run of tight ends.
Yeah.
You're just gonna let them all in.
No, maybe not first ballot. He's in the Ring of Honor, right, for the Niners.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It just sucks they never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's gonna
He could
be.
probably have like a second win where he ends up like imagine he goes like a Philly or something.
He doesn't
Or-
look like he's slowing down.
Yeah, that's what I'm
looks
saying.
great.
Like
Today, 100
he goes to
He'll be a lifer for the
he
Niners.
goes to a
right?
contender. But I'm saying like most of those guys,
Yeah.
those tight ends, they go to another team and all of a sudden they're good again.
All right.
Imagine he goes like a contender. That'd be scary.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. But I think these are the Niners, right?
Lost season for them.
Have to.
Well, so yeah, he'll be
Who? So what are the pieces moving forward you're building around? You have to build around IU because you made yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did it yourself.
shows that one.
You did the whole Persall thing too, and he so far is not very good either.
Yeah. He's still.
So really lacking at
recovering.
receiver.
Yeah.
Jawan Jennings is legitimately your best receiver.
Yeah.
now.
That's true.
And then you have Kittle, who's playing really well. And those tight ends age really well, too. And I feel like the way he plays, like he's a heady, physical player.
Yeah.
Great blocker. That's going to age fine.
Yeah. He'll be fine.
I mean, Zach Ertz is still playing.
Yeah.
And then what else you got? CMC? You got to make that decision.
No.
Isaac Guerrero
no
looks like
way.
an all-pro Hall of Famer.
Well, next year you get.
It is wild how every running back looks good in this offense.
Next year you get Elijah Mitchell back. So maybe you have like a.
You have a monster running back room next year.
Yeah.
Jordan Mason, Elijah
Mason,
Mitchell,
Grando.
Hall of Famer Isaac Guerrero, and then the ghost of CMC.
I'm out on CMC.
They're just running it back, right?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over again, expecting different results. That's what they're doing.
I mean, it's
They're
it's
insane.
insanity to ask me a question that you're going to answer yourself.
It was rhetorical. Sort of.
Bringing it with the words today. I like it. Very nice.
Look, when I have this deep a voice, I get real intellectual.
All right, guys. Last
Quickly
game.
find out when he has to shut his mouth, he actually knows what he's talking about.
When he has to slow down.
He has to
He
slow
uses a
down.
big word every now and then.
Listen. Well, you're probably right.
All right, Chargers and Chiefs to wrap it all up. Chargers dropped this one, but it was close, like I think we all kind of predicted, 19-17. Chiefs just keep winning, and when it comes to their bingo card of how they won this year, they scratched off a new one with a game-winning field goal after a 5-minute drive that bounced off the upright, and that's just the Chiefs this year, and they're 12-1 now
Backup
Right.
kicker too, so it was
with the backup kicker.
just to add a little bit more to it.
It was the backup kicker.
Oh wow.
They're on their third kicker this year.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Isaiah, Harrison Bucker, right? He's coming back.
Yeah.
God, I hope so. We need him.
We need him.
Now more than ever.
We need him
Yeah.
more than people think.
Yeah.
Move on.
And I'm proud to be
There it is. I don't even know what to say about this Chiefs team anymore. It's just they're not that good. They're not.
I don't believe in them. Yep.
They're not that good. I get that they're winning. I understand how hilarious it is that they're winning all these different ways, but it can't keep happening.
I think Terrell's argument with the Lions earlier, I thought you were wrong about the Lions. I thought you would be correct if you applied it to the Chiefs. How it's like eventually it's going to come back to bite them in the butt. I think that's more for the Chiefs than it is for them.
Yeah, you're not pulling this shit off against the Bills or against.
They literally didn't pull off against the Bills.
Yeah, this team's gonna have a good record, and they're gonna go into the playoffs with all the storylines and all the Travis Kelce coverage and all the Taylor Swift shots. They're gonna lose to a good team.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Chargers were gonna beat them though. Chargers just don't have enough in the when they get up against. They can get on the same field with these guys. They just don't have enough weaponry.
It's year one of a reboot. Yeah, don't blame them.
It's frustrating to see Herbert throw, go routes to Quentin Johnson. He's just an absolute bust.
Their leading receiver today was Josh Palmer.
Exactly.
And Quentin Johnson, I don't care what you guys say, he's not good.
The little lad didn't play, right?
No, yeah.
Lad McConkey.
Yeah, it's about all they have. I mean,
that's all they have. Give him a year, 2 years to cook. Wait for T. Higgins to join this team or one of these wideouts.
And I wonder if we see a little slide now with J.K. Dobbins gone, because neither of these running backs look great today. They don't. And they were getting a ton of juice on the ground. Before.
This coming draft is a very heavy running back class. I can see him picking one first round.
I'm saying for this year. Though.
Oh, this year, yeah.
Do they just start to free fall now without a running game?
Not committing.
Seems like Greg Roman offense kind of need a running game.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're kind of falling now.
Terrell, any loss of confidence in the Chargers as a problem in the playoffs without J.K. Dobbins?
Yeah, with no running game. I mean, that's really their identity. I mean, their defense is going to keep them in a lot of games. So I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll definitely make the playoffs. They'll finish strong. But I don't see them going on the road to beat Buffalo or Pittsburgh either. So they're not going to go on the road.
What are the AFC playoff teams?
Right now they are they're the 5th seed or they're the 6th seed.
So
I'm not picking them against the Bills.
They're the 6th seed, so they would play the Steelers right now.
I'm not picking against the Steelers.
If they fall to 7, they would go to Buffalo.
I'm not picking against the Buffalo.
So their best shot is to win out. And
I'm not
go
picking
to
them above the Broncos either.
Well, they wouldn't play. They wouldn't play each other.
I'm just trying to of the teams in the playoff.
The AFC South winner.
Yeah.
Would you pick the Texans over them?
I would take the Chargers over the Texans.
Yeah.
This is the Texans team that lost to the Titans.
Yeah.
And the Jets.
You love saying that, don't you?
If the Texans take the Texans skill position players and then give the offensive defensive line of the Chargers and you have the Eagles.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd probably go Chargers with that one.
I mean, yeah, back-to-back weeks putting up only 17 points on offense.
It's a problem. They have no running game.
The thing about losing to the Chiefs, it's not a real good look of how you can't say, oh, we went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs. The Chiefs go toe-to-toe with every team.
Literally everyone. Doesment matter how you can.
They haven't. They haven't had a convincing win.
And Herbert is hurt again. He's hurt. He was limping off the field everywhere.
Yeah. Man, the Chargers, do they free fall here a little bit?
Seems like it.
I think they stay in. I think
still a good year though. It was a reboot year,
yeah.
So they showed a lot of signs.
And they stripped this thing down to the bone.
They really
literally. Wyatt's gone
on offense anyway.
Joe Alt, very good.
He's fantastic.
Him and Slater at tackle. That's
a great place to start.
The Chiefs Gabe. I want you to pick these. The Chiefs to finish the season. Ready? They're gonna go to Cleveland, play the Browns.
They're gonna take that one.
Okay, then they're going to then they're going to host the Texans. Chiefs Texans is fun.
Yep,
that's fun. But I'm gonna take the Chiefs. That just seems like one of those games the Chiefs will find a way to win it.
Then they're gonna go to Pittsburgh.
Ooh, that's a good game.
Going to Pittsburgh,
yeah,
right?
They're gonna lose that game. They're gonna lose to the Steelers, and then guess where they're going next? They're going to Mile High City.
Going to Denver.
They're gonna lose the last 2 games.
I think they beat the Steelers, but they lose the Broncos.
So 15-2.
I can't see them going to Pittsburgh and winning.
I can't see them beating the Broncos again. Or
yeah, at home.
They won in the fluky way.
I'm usually like with
see that's what you have to say though. They've been losing in a fluky way all season long, so that's a real thing for them.
But they haven't. But they don't lose if they play a high-powered offense then yes, they'll put Buffalo is going to give them fits. I think if they had played Baltimore, not in week 1, but played them in week 5, they lose to Baltimore too. But teams who don't have offenses that are high powered, they'll be fine.
I'm picking them 10 times.
So that's why I think they can go to Pittsburgh and win.
You know what? It's just this whole thing because we've gone through a lot of the playoff scenarios today. You know what's all just telling me is like, this is Buffalo's year to do it.
Yep.
It's their year to do it.
Josh Allen's MVP year.
It's the year to do it. I mean, I like if you don't get it done this year,
what more can you do?
There's not gonna be a better scenario for you.
Yeah.
You have the MVP, you have Mahomes reeling, and you don't really have the Ravens. We thought they were gonna be up there. They're not.
Yeah.
AJ's Jets, they're not doing well.
And then, like, the other teams below him, like the Broncos.
AJ's going to hate that. Shout out to AJ.
Yeah, and then, like, the other teams below him, like the Broncos, they're not quite there yet. So,
Yo, who
saying,
the fuck said that?
Good teams in the AFC, but, like...
I said that.
Like, who, like... Because, like, in the NFC, we're like, okay, the Vikings conceivably could beat the Lions or Eagles. And, we talked about all the scenarios there. It's the Bills and everyone else, right?
Feels like it. Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is, like...
Yeah.
They're somewhere up there. I don't know
They're
where,
like
though.
the Vikings of the NFC.
I feel like everybody could, outside of Houston's clearly the worst. I'd rather see the Dolphins than the Texans, but
as far as
the 7 teams that are in right now, everybody wants to play Houston because that's a playoff win. Houston's clearly the weakest team in the playoffs right now, but other than that, everybody could beat each other. I don't think there's a
Yep. But Joe's right though. This might be the year for Josh Allen and the Bills to take advantage of this.
And you guys trust the Steelers way more than I do.
I like the Steelers a lot.
Yeah. It's just Steelers are nice.
Run the ball, play good defense. Mike Tomlin, I'll take that. That's pretty good.
But what happens when you can't run the ball and you have to rely on your quarterback to throw 3-4?
He'll do it. He's done it this year.
He's doing it. That's the thing.
He's balling out this year.
All right, it's totally spur of the moment, and it's been a long episode, so I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I want to know like where we are with Russell Wilson as far as quarterbacks in the AFC. Okay, so I'm going to give you a team, and each of you just...
So there's this year. It's just this year. Okay.
Say Russ or the other guy, okay? I'm going to go through every AFC team here. Russ or Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow.
Joey B.
Okay. Russ or Trevor Lawrence?
Russ.
Wow. Yeah, I would Russ too.
Yeah.
Russ or Will Levis? Ooh, closer.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Russ. Yeah.
Russ. Russ or Aaron Rodgers?
Russ.
Dang. You could age very differently.
Yep.
Russ or Tua Tagovailoa?
Russ.
Wow.
Russ.
Gabe.
Russ beats good
I
team.
love Tua, man.
Listen, man. Did you see the Dolphins when they didn't have Tua?
Thank you. That needs to be talked about more. When they didn't have Tua, they were terrible.
They can't win against good football teams with Tua.
I know, but like that.
Those are past
I
relationship
think it's
issues.
just the offense is designed around Tua.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that could be solved. You could add a guy.
So you're taking Tua over.
No.
So you think that's just because they didn't have a good backup?
Oh,
Yeah, they didn't have a good backup.
Okay. Fair enough. Sorry, Gabe. AFC. Let's see. Move here. The Jameis Winston or Russ. Okay.
A mile.
Aiden O'Connell. I'm not going to go there. Josh Allen. We're all going Josh Allen. Right.
Sure.
Justin Herbert.
Herbert's playing good this year.
I'm taking Herbert in that one.
I'll take Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
That's close.
Yeah.
Very close.
And then Patrick Mahomes.
This year?
This year.
Hold on.
You skipped the guy who took his
Actually,
job.
you skipped the other guy. Yeah.
Who?
With 2 Bronco fans here?
Come on, man.
Oh, I'm not there yet. I got more guys down the bottom.
Oh, I thought you.
Mahomes,
No, I got like 3 more teams.
I thought you stopped.
Mahomes or
I
Russell
got 4
Wilson.
more teams.
Let me just blindly put these stats up because
I don't. No. Screw that. I don't care about the stats. This is Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking Mahomes.
Yeah, taking Patrick Mahomes.
Stop with that.
And you're not taking Russ.
You're not. There's no. You're taking Russell.
I'm not. I just want to see how close.
You can do blind comparison.
Russell. So on the year, Russell Wilson, 12 touchdowns, 3 picks. Remember, he didn't play the whole season. Patrick Mahomes.
I want to hear you pick it.
I do want to hear Mahomes' stats, actually.
20 and 11.
Dang.
That's a down year.
It's a down year. Will Levis will kill for those numbers.
But then Mahomes is way past stats. Like he doesn't need his stats to be good for him.
Yeah,
to be good.
he's 12-1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So obviously.
Okay, so far we just have Herbert, Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow. He's number 5 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple teams left here. He's about to be out of the 5. Lamar Jackson. Lamar. Okay, so now he's down to 6. C.J. Stroud. Ooh.
Russ is playing better than
Give me
Stroud.
Russ this year.
Russ,
Yeah. Last 3 here. Drake May.
Russ.
AR.
Russ.
And Bo Nix.
Oh, Chapman Nix.
That rookie of the year?
You taking the offensive rookie of the year? At least he should be. He won't win it because the league is bent on giving it to Jaden Daniels. But
No, you got to put Russ ahead. Russ is playing. Yeah, put him. He's 6th. Yeah, you got to put him ahead.
Nah, fucked out.
here's this man.
Not this year. Not this year.
No, Russ
He's
is
the
playing.
6th best quarterback in the AFC right now.
Russ is playing very well
Why is he the comeback player of the year?
because Joe Flacco's still going to win the award, right? Yeah, Flacco will win it.
Hey, did you see? I don't know if you saw in the episode, Terrell, because I don't know if you
I think
watched.
comeback player of the year has got to be Saquon.
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
We talked about it last one. So I was gonna say I'm not sure if you watched last episode, but I also don't want to put you on the spot. But then I did. But we talked about the comeback player of the year awards, and did you know DeMar Hamlin is 4th in the odds? He's 4th
Because he's
ahead of Nick Chubb, by the way.
Nick Chubb like snapped.
He's ahead of Russell Wilson.
Is he still starting?
Well, yeah, he's starting. I saw him get owned
The
several
man
times. today.
came back from the dead.
So every year he's
2
going to be
years
in
ago.
Yeah, man, he should win that every year.
Every year, tomorrow.
He defeated death.
Who do they have number 1?
I mean, Russell Wilson was pretty close to death last year.
it. Yeah.
It doesn't get much worse than that.
Sean Payton would have killed him.
They paid $20 million for him not to be on the team.
A lot more than that, actually.
Was it more?
85 million. 85.
That's death.
That's death.
That's NFL. That's Carson Wentz stuff.
Death by quarters, yeah.
I need to see my boy Carson get another shot.
Stop.
Yeah, Patty Mahomes got to go down. He only went down for one play.
Knock on wood.
I don't even think he went down for one play.
Don't do that.
All right, guys. That was fun. You got anything else?
I know we're talking about Josh Allen to be MVP, but I still think they got to make this they have to have a quarterback of the year award because I think Saquon has to be the.
He won't win
the
it if he runs for 2,000 yards.
He should win it.
Yeah.
He's not going to win it because there's going to be a lot of all pros in that team. But
I don't think I've ever seen the player more valuable.
I mean,
Saquon's easily the
well, last
not
year,
easily, but he should be the MVP.
If you watch games, like I don't know, Josh Allen does it too, though.
Yeah,
just alpha dog, dominant presence. Who are just this whole game is about this person, like CMC was last year.
But he has what? He has 23 passing touchdowns. Josh Allen, 20.
but how many?
He probably has as many rushing touchdowns as Saquon Barkley does.
He only has 9. I think Josh Allen has 9 rushing touchdowns.
Let me look up Saquon's numbers. And you want to get on, or someone get on Josh Allen?
I believe Josh Allen has 9 rushing touchdowns.
Or we could just guess wildly.
He has 23 through the air, and then he has. Someone needs to say something.
All I'm saying is the NFL
real clutch game.
Someone
say something.
I figured you would cut that.
This is a podcast.
No, the NFL needs to have a quarterback of the year award.
I heard this
for this reason.
I heard this on a podcast. A way to fix because the
I think it was my
MVP
old
award
podcast.
is broken.
What?
The MVP award is broken.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's not a real thing. Most of these awards are just broken right now. But I did hear this on another podcast. I think it's a Ringer podcast. They're saying to fix it, they need to give like college does, a best quarterback, a best tight end, a best offensive lineman, just every single position, so that someone like Saquon, someone like Derrick Henry, someone could be recognized.
They get the recognition.
There's too many positions.
Yeah, and then you have an MVP, like the Heisman, most outstanding. Like you have an MVP, and then that gives some clarity to it because you have acknowledged all the greatness across.
Is it too much to call them all MVPs?
That's
MVP
terrible.
running back. MVP running back.
But
And these are your MVPs.
You don't say it's just not most valuable. It's most outstanding. Whatever. Most outstanding running back.
Most outstanding running back.
Whatever.
You don't like that word?
Participation.
That's what you're saying, Gabe. Give everyone trophies. That's participation.
No, you're giving the best player in their spot
Well, no, do what college did. They have cool names.
They have
the
the
Bolitnikov.
The Barry Sanders Award, and you just give it
There
to
you go.
the best quarterback or the Bart Starr Award or
I thought
whatever.
more running
Wait,
back.
so you give the Barry Sanders Award to the best quarterback?
I mean, best running.
That's a different look.
the Reggie White Award for best tight end.
Jerry Rice Award for the best defensive end.
No, but I mean, don't you think that fixes a lot of the problems?
The Henry Ruggs Award goes to Rasheed Rice.
Rasheed didn't kill nobody. Henry killed.
I can't
somebody.
believe that's the bar.
Henry killed somebody. He's in prison. That's the bar. Yeah, for sure, it's the bar. Rasheed Rice allegedly fled the crime scene.
There's video of him running with a gun underneath his shirt.
Look, a lot of videos are out there. There's videos of us landing.
And one of them is him doing.
No one talks about the Chiefs. Just don't care. Yeah, they got all sorts of nonsense on that team.
Their punter is a terrible person, allegedly.
Kareem Hunt
punched his pregnant girlfriend. But hey, they're winning football games.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, he was on my fantasy team.
Well, that's different.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have any kind of moral, dilemmas to having guys on your fantasy team?
Nope, I kept watching
No.
Like the season after Deshaun Watson, where you're like, I don't know if this is good for the morale of my team.
I think I traded for him.
Talent.
I wanted him in my.
I broke the bank for him that year.
This guy has a dog in him.
Talent over morals. That's
Yeah,
how it
baby.
works.
We're going the Miami Hurricane way.
No, Terrell, I think that's a good point, though. I think that's they got to fix it. It's so bad right now.
Yeah.
Like, the awards are just a joke. I mean, we've done Mar Hamlin's. Who votes for these? Like, who's doing this to us?
It's
Is it Associated
media?
Press?
Yeah, it's writers.
They need to stop.
It's the writers, yeah.
So it's storyline. So it's like
It's that same guy a couple years ago that said he'll never vote Aaron Rodgers to be the MVP because he's a jerk. That's what his criteria was.
Okay, so
I'm
how do
just
you
saying.
fix it then? Because you can't give it to the fans either.
No.
Look at the Pro
That'd
Bowl.
be a disaster.
It's a hot mess.
Bo Nix, baby.
So what's the right group to vote for this?
Benched. We'll work
No,
for free.
I think it's got to be the players.
We'll do it for free.
It's got to be the coaches. Got to be the coaches and players. I mean, you start at the lowest level of high school football, even college football. Like the coaches get a huge say in who gets because those are the people they got to compete against.
Yeah.
So
I
let
don't
the
think there's
people-
a right answer here. So yeah.
I think the coaches and players is 50% of the vote.
Well, no, we see how bad the players ones are with the top 100 list. The players one's pretty bad.
I mean, what if they did you have a fan vote, you have a players vote, you have a coaches vote,
It's a lot of work going on there.
MVP?
Yeah, well, they're also making a ton of money. They can get through it.
Yeah, they could submit a Google spreadsheet.
It's like, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's a lot of work.
I got Gruden in trouble once.
Do
Anything else?
Do you think the coaches, writers, whoever should put out their top 4 nominees and then let the fans vote for
I
it?
do think they should put their name on it.
Yeah.
Like,
They put their name on it.
Yeah, I think they need to put their name
Some
on it.
accountability.
Just to eliminate just the private vendettas they have going on. Like what Gabe just said. Aaron Rodgers is a mean man.
Yeah, he's also a Hall of Famer. Yeah, it's like you gotta chill out, bro.
He was also MVP that year.
Yeah.
No, he came out and said that. He's like, I'm there to vote for him MVP. He's a jerk.
That's wild.
Okay.
What a fucking moron.
I hate the Associated Press.
Yeah. Fuck the Associated Press.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Who's
Down with the media, man.
down with the media, baby?
All right, that's our show today. Thanks for joining us for episode 190. Man, 190. 10 away from 200.
Wow.
We will see you again on Wednesday with another top 10 going into week number 15. Angel's cooking that up.
Yep. Currently cooking it up.
See you then.
Peace.
Bye.